Hi, everyone. This is DJ Honeyflow for the Honeyflow Talk Show every Wednesday night. Welcome, Facebook, also YouTube. Just started streaming there. It's really exciting. And for everyone on YouTube and Facebook, make sure you make the switch to Twitch as well. You could see all the comments, but you won't see them on YouTube or Facebook. But you will see, it's a huge, definitely house party here in my chat room. Every Wednesday night, you'll see all the comments as well. So today we are doing something entirely different. I'm bringing on a special guest here too. He's been part of my show for quite some time. He's always got interesting insight to say and comments, and always supports the ladies on Twitch, which we so appreciate. He's intelligent. He's a pretty intelligent guy as well. And he definitely always has something to say to each and every one of us to connect all of us together, either something funny or insightful for sure. So he gave me the idea, why don't we flip the script, Honeyflow, and interview you? I was like, I'm not that interesting. I don't know, but he's like, yeah, why don't we ask you questions? So today, this is definitely going to be his show. I'm just totally leaving everything up to him. Little nervous. I don't know what he's going to pull out of his like handbag there of tricks, but I know it's going to be something interesting tonight. So yeah, if you guys have any questions as well, make sure you leave them in the chat. We're going to bring in Stirsdsoul all the way from New York as well, doing big things, and we're hoping that he'll also start a show himself because he's got a lot to say, and he's popular on Twitch amongst, of course, the ladies too. So I'm sure there'll be more coming in, to definitely have, a conversation with us. So definitely leave a message in the chat for me too. And hey, Mimi Berry, I see you. You said you're lurking and taking notes. Yeah, I don't know what he's going to ask me. I'm not quite sure. But let's bring him in as well. And yeah, we're going to have a good couple hours together. Hey, how you doing?
Hey, what's going on? All right,
Good. Doing pretty good. Got some
you
music
ready?
too. Sure. Actually, Mimi Berry, let us know if you could hear this, if it's too loud. Trying something different. Let me know if you could hear our voices and the music clearly coming through on StreamYards. We're gonna try this as well. So yeah. So how's everything going too with you?
I'm good. I'm good. It's a
Oh,
new
music
thing for
a
me,
little
so
tiny. She says music is a little tiny.
yeah,
Okay.
it sounds external, but I mean, it's gonna be that. It's okay.
All right. Sounds good. Sounds good. We're gonna try some music today. Oh, she says tiny. She says tiny. I gotta figure out this
Or
music
tinny.
thing.
I think she
Teeny. If
meant tinny.
anyone knows how to work the music through, StreamYards, let me know. I think I tried 3 hours to try to get it working for Women Unsilenced when she wanted me to DJ. It took a while. Oh, Mimi Berry says yes, Stirs got it.
Tinny. Tinny.
All right. Well, there's definitely going to be more people coming in for sure, hopefully, the next couple hours. I know it's been pure shenanigans the last couple days, too. So it's going to be a lot of fun. Hey,
Okay.
Clarky, you see the chat too, right? Oh, Mimi Berry says better without music. Okay, we'll try it without music. Yeah, I've never tried it
All
with music, Mimi Berry. How you doing, Clarky? Good to see you. She says she's working and lurking as
right.
well.
Okay.
We're ready. We're going to be also looking for the other troublemakers coming in too. I know they'll be coming in soon too.
Yeah,
She's
they'll be
saying
here
hi to
soon
you.
enough.
Do you see Clarky's comment? She's like, stirs.
Stirs. I see her. I see her. What's up, Clarky?
Okay, good.
All right. Okay. So you ready? You want to wait
Yeah,
till
for sure.
you want to wait till folks dribble in, or what do you want to do?
It's totally up to you. I'm letting you lead on everything today. So it's totally your call what you want to do. I know
All right.
there's lots of
So
people, even if there's no people in the chat, there's a few people. There's definitely a lot of people watching on Facebook,
hmm
YouTube, and kind of like off Twitch that aren't lurking, but they'll definitely be taking peeks as well. Hey, Mistress Kush, I see you. How you doing? Good to see you.
Mm.
We got Clarky in the building. Mimi Berry, I hope you're feeling better. Hope you're feeling well. Looks like everyone's experiencing a heat wave out here, right?
Oh yeah, yeah.
How
Sheesh.
how hot is it like out there in New York?
I don't know the numbers. I know it's hot, but it's nothing to complain about.
Yeah. Was
It's
it
not
really
London.
hot?
It's not.
You also went to Miss Hers camping thing. Was it like, are you guys camping in tents or do you, yes, the
We're
Camp
camping
Low, right?
intense. Camp
Oh, you
Low
guys were
Clear. Yes.
actually in tents?
Yeah.
Wow.
Most of us.
Wow.
Yeah.
Was it really, really hot like when you guys were camping?
I set my tent up in the woods, so I was good. I was kind of about it, but that was really the best place to be. It was cool. There was no direct sun. It
Yeah.
wasn't buggy, and no, it was good. I was
Oh,
kind of
amazing.
nervous at first. It was going to be really hot, but no, it was good.
Yeah, it's
I really kind
so
of it.
hot. I went biking too this morning. Like it's plus 40. I don't know what that works out to Fahrenheit, maybe 100. I'm not sure. But it was, yeah, it was crazy hot this morning biking, but I haven't taken out my bike yet, so I want to start riding like every day if I can, you know?
Hmm.
So, it was really nice. Hey, we got Black Beauty in the building, 70. How you doing? How are you? Black Beauty, the troublemakers, Mistress Kush, so much trouble. Did you know that there are troublemakers, Stirs
You think I'm going to get on here and call people troublemakers tonight?
Oh, well, I've been
I'm
calling them
not setting
troublemakers
myself
for
up.
2 days now. They are
Well, you can set
hilarious.
yourself up if you want, but I'm not going to do that.
They know
Not
it's
what I'm
all
going to
love.
do.
They know it's all love. Okay. Oh, yeah,
I
you're
I
right.
know.
Black Beauty's
I
like, why are you leading the interview? Okay.
I know who's who. Yeah, why you exactly. Right. We gave her a little bit so she can get used to sitting back.
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
just gonna
Okay. I'm going to let you lead.
we're waiting for people to come in a little bit, and we're being nice. We're having a little gentle conversation, and then we're gonna get into it. All right. But like I said,
Exactly.
like I told you before, I'm gonna set up first thing. Right. This is about where she at. This is about her. All right. So I'll field a couple of questions about me, but I don't want to get sidetracked. I don't want to get off focus. I'm not on the hot seat despite how hot it is. I got a fan sitting here, but this is about her. So this is how we're gonna
Aw,
run it.
that's sweet.
All right.
Thanks.
I mean it's sweet, but I don't want no heat either. So it's also
Well, yeah, yeah, I
about
think
me.
that's more the reason why you're fielding the questions back to me. You don't want any heat.
Because I know what the concept was about. It wasn't about me. All right.
Yeah.
That's how we're
All
gonna play
right.
it.
So you hear
Yeah.
that, guys? Clarky says stirs is something else. Let's see. What? Truth Sword says the day we threw Grandpa, but he didn't come back, we knew then he wasn't a boomerang. What do you mean? I don't get it. Do you get it, Stirs?
Um, yeah, I mean, it's a dad joke, a granddad joke. That's
Oh,
what it is.
really? Oh, yeah, you're
Yeah,
gonna have to interpret things
pretty
for me.
much.
Sometimes I don't get it.
All right, we can do that. So let me just set this up so people know where we are, where we're going with it, right? So I'm gonna be the Willy Wonka today, right? I'm gonna be your host. That's what I'm doing. I'm gonna be the narrator for your story. I'm gonna play detective because we're gonna dig a little bit, right? Little interrogation. I'm the guide because I'm guiding us through. I'm guiding these people, the lovely people in the chat, through your world. That's what we're doing. We're trying to figure out what it is to not be uh, Honeyflow, but we want to understand who Honeyflow is, right? So today it's like we're taking our amusement park. We're taking that ride, like the Small World ride in Disney, right? We're strapping up, we're strapping in, we're putting on a harness, and we're gonna go see all the attractions there are to see in Honeyflow's world. Fair?
Okay, that sounds
You
good.
ready for that? All right. So
Sure.
that's basically what it is. These people need to understand that.
Hey,
Yeah, we have a
unknown
list of
dreamer.
questions.
Great to see you as well. Okay, cool. Sounds good.
Did these list of questions? Did you people send me any questions? Because I'm not probably going to be going through my inbox at this point, and I might not catch all the questions on stream. So we're gonna have to work something out. And I'm
They could
straining to
always
see some of these
post.
things.
Yeah, they could post in the
If
chat.
they,
Like I'll
yes,
be looking
please.
for
So
questions.
right, so Honeyflow, you're gonna be your mod today, my mod. So
Okay.
could you highlight stuff? So, cause to be honest, I'm like straining to see little tiny type from where I'm at.
Mimi
Right.
Berry says all I heard was Willie and strapping. Jeez. Oh man, the no behavior is going to be happening right about now.
Listen, you got
Those
a corner or
UK
something
folks are
here, a
something else.
timeout.
Those UK folks are hilarious. DJ Brainstorm, how you
Yeah,
doing?
they're
Good to
hot in the
see
pants
you.
right now. That's what it is. They're hot in the pants.
That's
That's the
what it
problem.
is. Oh, Black Beauty says I sent my questions. That's what she
I
said.
know. Listen, you said enough questions. I got your questions. All right.
Oh no. Okay.
Yeah, she sent me like a book,
What?
and then came back
Interesting.
like, and another thing, like Columbo. And one more thing.
That's
She kept coming
hilarious.
back.
So you're Columbo Black Beauty. That's going to be your new name, Columbo. Yeah.
You watch
All right.
Columbo? You know who Columbo is?
No, not really, actually. I can't remember.
So you okay? So you passed on the joke, but you ain't even in on the joke.
Yeah, it's usually like that with me. People need to explain things to me. I don't know. I can't
uh,
remember. I think there
Look
was
up
that joke.
Detective Columbo. Detective
Is it
Columbo.
kind of
Look it
like
up.
Inspector
Mhm.
Gadget?
No,
Oh.
not a cartoon. It's not that. It's a real dude, and yeah, he's the
Mimi,
Don detective.
yeah, Mimi
Exactly.
Berry says leaves chat. She can't with me. Yeah. All right. So yeah, we're definitely, so the floor is definitely yours then. Yeah.
All right, so I'm taking some notes here because we gotta. All right, we're gonna start. Let's start simple, right?
Mm-hmm.
So we're gonna start from the bottom floor. So we're gonna start with where you were born, that type of stuff, right? Keep it easy, and then we're gonna move on from there. So where were
Okay.
you born?
Sounds
To
good.
whom? That type of stuff. Little family life, your early childhood, baby flow.
Okay. So you want to know
All
where
right.
I was born? Yeah. So I was born in Winnipeg, Manitoba, which is a really small city. It's a city right in the middle of North America, actually.
Mm-hmm.
It was amazing growing up there. Like so many good times, great memories, great people. I would. It's kind of like similar to Richmond, Virginia, like a very small city like that, or maybe like a South
Mm-hmm.
Carolina. So moving to Toronto was this crazy big city. Like I was such a small city girl, always wanting to move, like bigger dreams and aspirations and just, bigger things on my mind than staying in a small city my whole life. But
Mm-hmm.
yeah, so that's where I came from, Winnipeg, Manitoba. I was there for 30 years. You guys could probably figure out my age. And then I moved to Toronto in 2009. Um, I definitely miss Winnipeg. I miss the community, the people. It's so different in a small city compared to a large one. So I definitely miss that. Good times, growing up.
All right. All right. Oh, cool. So when you got to Toronto, was it everything you thought it was? Was it did it fulfill your small town dreams?
Um, you know what? One thing I've learned is the grass is not always greener on the other side. Like I love Toronto. It's so multicultural. I remember being on the subway. Like I was the weird one. Imagine this in New York, you guys, all the New Yorkers in the building. I was the weird one sitting on the
Wait,
subway just in
you were the
awe. I
weird
was
one?
like, yeah, like
Chat. You believe
I
that?
am kind of a bit weird. Yeah, I'm a little weird and quirky, but I was so excited
I
being
can
on a
see it.
subway. I was so excited to see like IKEA because we never had IKEA in a small city. I remember sitting at the food
Hmm.
court. I think it was Yorkdale for like a couple hours, just people watching. I was so amazed at the diversity and the culture here, and I've always grown up like pretty cultured. I've always had a lot of like definitely a lot of Caribbean friends growing up.
Hmm.
Miss them so much, you know. Spanish, Indian, like it was always a mix of us together, you know, back in Winnipeg. But Toronto's on another level. It's like definitely like a little mini New York. So yeah, those things amazed me, and I just remember going on the subway and everyone looked so grumpy and tired and irritable. No one would look at each other, and I'm smiling at everyone. I'm just like, oh my gosh, like I'm in Toronto, I'm in the big city. So yeah, I was, you know, it's been an interesting ride and journey. I mean, there's pros and cons. Like the cons that okay, I'll start with the pros. The pros that I love about Toronto is you can go up the street and you could have like 1,000 different food places, any culture you want, from Persian, Caribbean, Indian, like you name it. You have 100 restaurants in front of you, and it's like, you know, visiting the world, which I love. I like that it's more fast paced too. You're not seeing the same guy at the bus stop for like
Hmm.
the next 80 years, like I would be if I lived in Winnipeg. Um, but I do miss the conversations. I just miss the cons, I would say, is that people live to work out here. So I think just really getting to good friendships, good people, and just, you know, like just connecting, even a relationship, I think is extremely tough in a big city, you know, because it's just like people are always on the go. So, yeah.
All right. So let me so how would you describe when you turn the page from Winnipeg to Toronto, right? So who was Winnipeg Honeyflow versus Toronto Honeyflow?
I don't think I've changed too much. Actually, I think I've toned myself down a lot in Toronto, believe it or not, because people
Hmm.
consider like my personality really weird. Like my friends are like, "Oh my gosh, you talk to everyone. Can you like just stop?" But if you like knew my family, my brother talks to everyone in Costco. That's probably why he's like the number one realtor in Winnipeg, like killing it, because he's
Hmm.
just that's just how my family is. My mom's like that. Like she talks to everyone and it's genuine. It's like no hidden agenda. So I found when I used to manage an office actually in insurance years ago when I moved to Toronto,
Hmm.
and people thought it was the weirdest thing. Like I would go up to every single person on that floor. There's 100 people on that floor, every single person, and ask like how their morning was, how you doing, how's your family, and these people would be like, why is she in my business? Like what's wrong with her? How come she's saying hi to us? And I guess they a lot of people thought it was like fake, like not genuine. And I just thought
Hmm.
that was so strange because it's just Winnipeggers are just like that. It's called friendly Manitoba, our license plates. So we're just like that in general, you know. Um, Definitely a big difference between a small city and a large one, you know. I don't think I've changed. Well, no, I can't say I haven't changed. I think I was more like open and more like had really big crazy dreams and was kind of more of a go-getter back in Winnipeg. So like even if people said to me it wouldn't work, you know, I was the type of person to do it anyways. Like even if friends or family or people didn't support it, I would just keep going and keep pushing, and then more bigger doors would open. Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna reel it back a little bit because I have some more things that are from formative years, and we're getting a little ahead of ourselves. But
Yeah.
you're getting a little ahead
Okay.
of me, right? And I'm not gonna stand for that on my substitute substitute show right now. All right, so
All
that's not
right.
what that's not how I run my type of show. Okay. So what we're doing, right? So we're gonna go back. We got how
Mhm.
you were raised, right? All that stuff, right? So who was baby Honeyflow? So when you were a child, like who were you? What type of child were you? What did you aspire to? What did you think you were gonna grow up to do? Like when
Hmm.
you were a little sapling, you were a little blossom flower, how did you think you were gonna bloom?
Yeah, I just remember my grandmother asking me, I think I
Shazzy.
was like
Right?
13. Hey, Chazzy. I think I was like 13 or like 10 years old, and my grandmother asking me, like, what do you want to be when you get older? You know, and I remember looking around in Winnipeg. We don't really, we had maybe three skyscraper buildings. That's it. And I remember
Hmm.
pointing to the largest skyscraper building and I said, I want to be there. Like, I don't even care if I have to wash floors. Like, that's where I want to be, and I just had such a big imagination. I'm like, I want a marble desk and I want a leather chair and
Okay,
um,
that part.
right. Yeah,
I'm gonna jump on that. I'm gonna jump in a little bit. I don't want to be rude,
no
but
problem.
I'm gonna
Yeah,
jump in
go ahead.
sometimes when I see something that's going the way that we're going to go. I don't want to get down the road and then double back. So when you mentioned uh, your imagination, right?
Yeah.
So were you like, did you make your own friends? Did you have imaginary friends? Were you that type of kid?
No, I
Because I
didn't
could
really
see
have
maybe
imaginary friends. I
no
actually had a
imaginary
lot of
friends.
friends. No, I had a lot of friends actually. Like, I hate to brag, but like, because I'm like, I was always a social butterfly. Actually, I was a really shy kid, and then
Wait, hold
somehow
on.
something
Wait,
happened.
which one?
I was a really, really shy. Like, I would like cry big time when I was young if my mom left me, around people. Like, sometimes I would not talk to anyone when I was a kid, when I was really, really young. And then I guess
Hmm.
something happened and, now I'm like an extreme extrovert. So I was always kind of the crazy one in the group to do really funny, quirky things. But
Nah,
I'd be the person to
crazy.
walk in a place or a club growing when I was in my 20s, and
Hmm.
talk to everyone, like connect people. I think that's probably the gift that I have is connecting people together.
Okay, I got it, got it, got it. All right. So, um, what's your background though?
My background is half East Indian, half Scottish. Most people think
Okay,
Spanish, Portuguese, Italian. I've gone West Indian. I've gone a lot of different things actually.
okay. So I mean, um, how does that inform you? Like, where do you lean? How do you feel like? What do you see parts of your personality or of your flow, right? That come from one side versus the other, or is it a combination? Is it braided together? How do you look at it?
No, I feel like they don't come from either side. It's very weird. Like I said, I've grown up with mostly Caribbean people like my entire life. So
Hmm.
I don't know. I think when you are mixed, it could be quite confusing, especially with how people perceive you and how you look and what people expect from you, right? So yeah, I never really identified. My mom has blonde hair, green eyes. She's really white, like white white. So I remember growing up as a kid and the first time people saw my mom, I remember in like grade 5, my mom walked in a school bus and every kid was like, that's not your mom, like you're adopted, like there's no way that you guys can be related
Wow.
together.
Mm.
And then
Yeah.
I think that's the first time I realized like the difference, like something was different but I didn't know what, right? And I didn't
Hmm.
identify with my Indian side because too many East Indians would be like, you're too white to be Indian. But then on the white side, they would be like, you're too dark to be white. So it was very like,
Right.
and
So
then of course, yeah.
you had to walk this road in between, right? So you
Yeah,
just
kind
walked in
of.
between both worlds and found your way. And is that what
Yeah, for
happened?
sure. I mean, I think I identified more with my friends, even though, like hanging out with my friends, I think I identified because we were so mixed and diverse. I
Hmm.
felt more comfortable because I grew up with with all those friends from that were Caribbean, Guyanese, like they're Guyanese, Trini, Jamaican, some were Spanish, Indian. So I just felt like that was kind of more family, if that makes sense. I don't know. Yeah, but where I grew up, I mean, it wasn't super crazy diverse like Toronto is. Like I remember hip hop, people
Right.
would say, "Oh, that music will never last," because heavy metal was in our school, back then, right? So I think I was the only girl actually really into music and into hip hop and R&B when it was coming out when I was growing up too.
Only went into hip hop and R&B.
Well, I was into all kinds of music, but I was really, really into one of the few girls that like knew who Black Moon was, or Diggable Planets, or like it wasn't common too much in our school. Maybe it was
Hmm.
amongst the guys, but it wasn't common for a girl to know, the
What was
music
the
and
makeup of
really
your
be interested.
school? Like, what was the makeup of your
Um,
school?
it's a good question. I don't. I think it was. Ah, I'd have to
That's a
think
good
about that.
question.
Yeah, I think to me, I think it was predominantly white, I would say, you know, um, sprinkled with a bit of culture, but not on the caliber like here. So I think it was a blessing to grow around. I'm so glad and grateful. Like my mom has always been an open book and an open person to life and people and culture. And I'm so
Hmm.
grateful that I got that from her, because a lot of people stick, like even in a small city, a lot of people stick to what they know. And there's nothing wrong with that in a sense, but they'll stay there, for a very long time and never see different parts of the world, or learn about culture. Like me and my brother grew up very, very differently. I don't even know if he's got a friend that is from a different, well, I don't know. I don't really want to say too much, but like we just grew up very differently. I grew up like very diverse and around culture, and he really didn't. I think he followed more of my mom's side, you know? Um, yeah.
What's the difference in age?
2 years. 2 years.
And he grew up like distinctly different from you.
Yeah,
two
pretty, I
years
would say
later,
so. I think, yeah, I think yeah, he's definitely like, I think we're pretty opposite in a lot of ways. So, yeah.
you just have the one sibling.
Yeah. Well, I actually have
Okay.
a half brother and a half sister too. That's an interesting story, but yeah.
What you mean? That's an interesting story, but we're telling story today,
Um,
man.
no, I know. Oh man, this is going to be like a real story of my life. Um,
Yeah.
I don't even know if I've shared this publicly. Um, yeah,
Are you,
I do have a half brother and a half sister. I've actually never met them. I've never met them. I'd love to. I've Googled them like over the years, and I would love to
mhm.
like connect with them and, you know, uh, kind of get to know them. But that's kind of, I guess, it's kind of a complicated story or situation, right? But hopefully one day I'll be able to connect with them. But I know that they're out there, and I have a half
Okay.
brother, half sister from my father's side. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Good. Good.
I
Good.
feel like you're like Oprah today. Oh my gosh. This is what I do. So,
I'm Broper. I'm the bro version.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah. No, we really we about to get into some honey flow. That's what we're trying to do here. Trying to learn some things. I have a board, by the way. Like I'm. This is like the
Oh,
suspect
wow.
board when they're trying to figure out, and we're gonna connect
Oh my
things.
goodness.
We're gonna
Wow.
figure out what's what.
Okay, I'm
All
not
right.
that
So
good. This is why you need to do a show, Stirs. Like, I'm
we're
not
gonna
that
figure
good.
out. We're gonna figure out what's going on. This is like 48, first 48, but we don't have 48. All right.
Hmm.
Okay. So all right. So your family background. So you don't lean either way culturally. You said right, not to the Scott side,
Yeah, no.
not to
I
the
honestly feel, and I know people are going to
Indian
laugh
side.
at this when they know that I really need help with my patois, but like I feel more Caribbean on the inside, if that makes sense. Maybe because I've just grown up with a lot of my good friends, and especially my Guyanese friends and Jamaican friends back home. It's like they did, like they're truly my family, so yeah, I think growing up mixed, anyone growing up mixed, it's like they either go one side or the other, or they just don't. They're kind of like, you got to get in where you fit in, and what people see of you, right? So
All right.
yeah. So I
Okay.
remember in one day, I'll tell you a quick story. I was watching the World Series game in the Italian area, and I was wearing all Italian, and I think it was Italy against Spain. So Italy ended up winning, And I remember walking into a bar to get
Wait, you
like
were watching what? You were
it was
watching
like
a
World Series, like soccer, like a huge the
world
World Series Euro
World Cup.
games. Yeah, World
World
Cup,
Cup.
that's it.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I'm kind of a bandwagon fan like towards the end. So, I admit that. I just like the party and everyone jumping on buses and like hanging off of streetcars.
All
Like
right.
that's me.
Party in a party,
So,
huh?
starting
Okay.
riots. But yeah, I remember walking into this bar and getting like a Portuguese like pop, and I was drinking it, and like these Italian guys came up to me. They're like, "Hey, how you doing?" Like this and that, like moving their hands around, like just assuming I'm Italian, right? And then they had this Portuguese guy walk by me. He's like, "What the heck?" He's like, "You're Portuguese. Why are you wearing all Italian?" Because I was wearing like a Italian jersey and Italian shorts, going for them. And then crazy me decides to go up to the Spanish area. Well, they just lost. I'm walking in this area filled with thousands of Spanish people, and they're all yelling at me, "Hey, mamacita, señorita, like you're Espanol, you're Spanish. Like, why the heck are you wearing it Italy?" So in one day, I think I got perceived three different things. So it's funny how people you go to Mexico, people get mad at you if you don't speak Spanish back to them. Like it can be confusing a little bit being mixed, but I have fun with it. Like I don't mind.
Hmm.
You got to kind of get in where you fit in, and to me, you know, it's fine. People are going to perceive you how they want, I guess. But that day was
So
hilarious because people
you're like
couldn't
a
figure out what I was.
you're like a racial ambassador is what you are. You're bringing people together through
Yeah, I don't think I've ever had anyone,
misidentification.
yeah, guess my mix. Like no one's ever guessed what I am ever before. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a little bit yeah, that's like Curry with a kilt. That's what's happening right there.
Yeah,
All right.
could be.
So okay, so your cultural underpinnings are really just a they're just a product of how you grew where you grew up, not your not your cultural background. Right.
Yeah,
Okay.
exactly. Yeah.
So what were your musical roots? Like what did you listen to in the house? Did your mom play
Um,
music? Did she play the radio? Did she play like
no, my mom, well, she played like stuff like Rod Stewart, because she thought he was really sexy. She still thinks he's sexy, so a little creepy for me.
really she thinks
um,
Rod is sexy?
oh
Does
yeah,
she
I
thinks
took
she's
her
sexy?
took her
And
to a
you
concert, him to a concert. He was wearing like black leather pants, and my mom's like, "Oh my gosh!" And she's like freaking out like a schoolgirl. I'm like, "This is creepy. I'm with my mom right now," and she keeps saying how like good looking and sexy Rod Stewart is. Like, just doesn't feel right to me right now. You
but you
know,
took her there though. You knew.
I didn't think she'd be all like that. Like, but my mom's a character. Like, she'll like be the person, like she asked me to find her someone here in Toronto. She's like, "Well, look around for me." Like, you know.
In
So
aisle
she's
two.
just
Mom's
oh
is in
yeah.
aisle two.
Oh yeah. My mom, yeah, for sure. My mom was a player back in the day. Like she
She's in
was
aisle
really
two with
bad.
coupons. She cutting out coupons for aisle two.
Yeah, she's
That's
like that.
hilarious.
Yeah. She's
All
definitely
right.
like that. Yeah.
All right. So there was no musical roots that came from your household though. So you
Not
just
really. I don't even know how it kind of happened. I think it was like grade 5 or grade 6, and I started I remember us doing like a little rap in grade 5, like an air band, and I wrote all of it. I wish I had it so I could play it for you guys. And I spent
wait,
like
you wrote a
weeks.
rap
Yeah, like
in fifth
I'm
grade?
pretty quick at coming up with like stuff. Like not on the spot freestyling, but I am quick at putting words together and making them funny and making people laugh. So yeah, so I did that in grade 5. I think it was grade 6 actually. We did an air band, and we were up against a guy that lip sync Maestro Fresh Wes. Put your let your backbone slide, if you remember that song. Um, and I was so nervous, like, "Oh no, okay, I got to play that for you." So, I mean, M. Lewis would know "Let Your Backbone Slide." He's from Toronto, so. Um,
Okay.
but yeah, so I think I don't know how it came about. I just was really, really into music and the fashion and the lifestyle, like just everything. You'd watch a Mary J. Blige video. You would go out the next day. I still have the Yankees hat. I have the jersey. I think I've actually
Mm.
worn that on my show from grade 8. That I kept it, you know?
I,
So,
I think you did, and it probably
yeah,
still fits.
it
So
actually kind of does, which is pretty bad. It actually kind of
yeah,
it does. Yeah.
I was just gonna slide past that one. So
Hey, T
um,
Raptor. Yeah, he says Toronto Classic. I met T Raptor actually at the Scratch Bastard event. It was so there's thousands of people there, and he was
mhm.
literally right in front of me. And he turns around and he's like, "DJ Honeyflow?" Like it was so cool meeting him, you know. So,
All right,
anyways,
yeah, out there with the people.
M.
All right,
Lewis says, "Does airband still exist?" Yeah, I'm
it's a
kind of
good
older.
question. All right, all right, yeah. So I'm gonna skip a couple of these because like familiar collect. What do you lean to one side of the family versus the other? Do you know the extended family like the Scots and things like that, or no?
Oh, like Scott, like what do you mean?
Or
Sorry,
even
do I mean?
either side? Do you know your extended family to a degree, like
Mm, I think I
grandma,
have.
grandpa,
Oh yeah,
all of
yeah, like
them?
my grandparents for sure. Like, you know, I'm trying to get home to actually see them because I haven't seen my family in more than a couple years.
Mm,
Um,
mhm,
and I'm telling you guys, like, you know, I know I joke around a lot about IL-2 and all that, but it truly exists. Like my grandpa's 100 and turning 102, so I need to race back home and definitely see him. And my grandmother just passed away with COVID, like not with COVID, but during that whole everything that happened.
mm,
So I wasn't able
sorry.
to see her, but and then the extended side of my father's side is interesting. That's a really interesting story. You know, because I there's a whole family I need to see and meet that I haven't met actually before, but there's a whole side of them, right? Um, but that's kind of up to my father to, I think, you know, like basically tell his kids and like his family, you know. So it's kind of a
All right.
interesting story, you know, with my
I'm gonna
father.
mix in. Sorry, I'm gonna mix in a couple of questions that I got prior, just so we we make sure
Sure,
we get these
yeah.
in, right? Let me go back to it. All right, the first one I got, and I might not remember exactly who sent me this question. So if you remember, I think this is Mimi Barry. No, this is
Mhm.
I don't know who this was. Somebody sent it to me, and I don't think it was from the person who sent it. Okay,
Okay.
so I'm not gonna drop
Mhm.
no names. All right.
Okay.
Um, and it says, "Why are you so conservative? Is Twitch not a corporate entity?"
Oh, that's an interesting question.
Yeah,
Interesting.
it's a little
Hmm.
sideswipey, but we're
I
gonna
wonder
handle
who
that
that
with
question
class.
was from. Wonder who that question was from. Interesting. I don't
I
know. I
actually
think I.
don't know who said it. I think this person was sent it and sent it to
Mhm.
me. So I'm
Yeah.
not gonna throw any
Well, it's
names out
definitely
there.
not. I know Twitch is not a corporate entity and people could do what they want with their shows. Nothing wrong with that, you know?
Mhm.
No judgment here from my end. I just think that I think I was explaining to you on the phone too. Um, I don't know. I just do my show differently, you know? And I think there's lots of people that Google you. I used to manage an office in insurance, and that's the first thing we would do is we would Google people before Google was
Right.
even popular. And out here, especially in that office and people I've worked with, you know, they would Google you, and if they would see anything, uh, they wouldn't hire you. They just wouldn't. They wouldn't even bring you in for an interview. So, I mean, I think my goal. I mean, I love Twitch, but my goal is also that I work with a lot of nonprofits. It's like,
Mhm.
you know, hopefully one day it's a dream to run one as well. So I just want to make sure that, you know, what I'm representing is who I am, right? And that's not for
Right.
everyone either. But that's how I am. I mean, I've been called a prude on Twitch, conservative, and I probably am compared to most people. But I kind
Right.
of wear that with a badge of honor too. I think it's okay to be different, and and there's certain things I keep private, right? I don't feel like I share so much of my life online with people and my story and everything I've been through as well. Yeah, I know
So
Junior's
can
like
I
prude.
translate for you what I'm hearing? Can I
Yeah, so
translate what I'm
I
hearing you
think
saying?
some things, especially when it comes to relationships, like
Mhm.
that might be a surprise for people. I just think it's between me and the person. I don't feel like it's
Mhm.
between me and everyone on social media, but that's how I feel. I don't know.
So I feel like I'm what I'm hearing, if you allow me, right? I'm hearing cause I can, cause it's my stream, and conserve these. That's basically what I feel like you're saying. Cause you're like it's my show. I'm gonna run my show, and I'm gonna show on my show what I want to show. So I mean, everybody's not for everybody,
And it could be
and
my radio background too, because you're used to doing things professionally, to
mhm.
spend time editing, have radio edits. You reach, oh my gosh, Mimi, you reach like a bigger audience. You really truly do. When I had my radio show back in the day, it's like, my nephew that was like 5 years old could listen to my show all the way up to people that were 80. And when I gave
Mhm.
my show to another DJ that I really knew well, I said, hey, it's up to you what you want to do with it. If you want to play ratchet remixes and do whatever, cool. That's totally up to you. But I promise you, you're going to lose that large audience if you know how to kind of conduct yourself, even as a DJ, being professional and like,
Mhm.
showing people you're going to get corporate bookings, you're going to get weddings, you're going to get. And I think that's why I'm getting so much now, because people do Google you. People are Googling the show or watching it now, right? So you
I
can't be
mean, but you can
perfect, but
dedicate if you're gonna do a certain type of music, you can dedicate a stream to that where you announce that this is what it is, right? So you
mhm.
can come in expecting that, but don't be shocked. So if it's dirty south and it gets a little grimy, gets a little dirty, gets a little southy, then that's what it is. But yeah, that's what I put up front. That's what it said on the door.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
if you go
Exactly. And
into a
there's
Chinese
lots of
place, don't
shows.
right. If you go
Yeah.
into a Chinese place, don't be surprised if you get stir fry. Like, hello, that's what it said out front. So
Yeah.
if you don't want that, you don't have a taste for that, then don't come to stir fry
Yeah.
because
Like, I
that's
guess I
probably what
don't
I'm gonna do.
question other people, like, why are you so ratchet? Or why do you always have to put yourself out there like that? Like, we get it. Like, we get what you want. Like, why do
Hmm.
you constantly have to say it like every single chat room? Like, I don't know. I could say the same thing with other people, right? But I don't know. I'm trying to I mean, I think people are going to be people and like what they like and what they don't like. And I realize my show's definitely not going to be for everyone. It just won't.
Right.
But I do feel like it is important, even with the human trafficking raid train with the 100 people I had. And props to all the women. Like, they killed it, every single one of them. I appreciated that, but I don't think they real like. No, I'm okay. I have to figure out what I'm going to say here. Like, I really appreciated everyone joining that train, but I had a lot of rules, and I know they're not for everyone. But people were watching in Parliament. There was people watching from human trafficking organizations that have been fighting that issue for like 30 years. There was people. I don't even like using the word prostitutes. I hate using that word, but there was a
Hmm.
lot of women that were watching in the background. So for me, I kind of had to be a little bit careful in what I was presenting or what I was putting out there, because you know like, yeah, I hope that makes sense.
No, it
So,
makes
and
perfect
it turned
sense.
out
Yeah.
really well, but I get it, it's not for everyone. Like, I get that, you know. I can appreciate that. I'm fine with that.
All right.
But yeah, maybe I can be. I don't know. Maybe it was my mom giving me the beats like really hardcore when I was young. Maybe that's why I turned out conservative. I don't know. I got some
All
serious
right.
beats, guys. That stays with me.
Let me do one more, and then we're gonna go back to where we were. Right. I don't want to get too sidetracked, but I just
Yeah,
want to
for
get.
sure.
I want to do something for the people. The people want to hear different things, so I'm gonna throw that out there. Uh, mm. All right, we're gonna leave the spicy stuff later.
That's fine. You could do the spicy stuff now or whenever you want. That's fine.
I'm stirring this pot, man. I'm gonna do it later. What are your demands to come on the R&B? See now I can't even. I wrote it so fast I can't even remember. I can't even read my own handwriting. It's an R&B train on Mondays. R&B. You familiar with that?
Yeah, the R&B Mondays. It's with Mistress Kush and Black Beauty.
Yes.
But
Come on,
what do
come
you mean
through.
by
Like, help
that?
me out.
But what do you
Yeah,
mean
that's what I'm
by
talking
that?
about.
You
What are your
said, what are your
demands to
demands?
come on? What are your demands to come on that show?
Like, what do
On
you
that
mean
train?
what do you mean your demands? Like, I don't get the question. I'm not
What do you
sure.
mean? What do I mean? It's not my question. But I
So,
guess you haven't been on there,
huh?
have you?
What? No, I
Have you
have.
been up?
Oh,
You have?
they said, what are your demands for being on there? I'm not sure I
Right, but
understand the question.
you've already participated in that?
Yeah, I've been on there lots of times. I love their raid trains, Mistress Cushion, Black Beauty. I think they're
Have you been on
awesome,
there
you know?
recently?
I think so. Yeah. Like everything's a blur right now because I've literally done almost 14 events this month in real-time gigs.
Well, it
So
feels
between
like they're
Twitch
asking
and
you to come back on,
oh
um,
yeah, I would love to come back on,
and they
you
just
know.
want to know what it takes to get you
Maybe
back on.
Barry's hilarious.
Little
Well,
freak off camera.
that's to be continued. Who knows? Yeah. Oh man, she's hilarious.
All
Oh,
right,
what are your demands to come on? Oh my gosh. Wow.
steamy.
Okay, here's the shenanigans right here. So Black Beauty said, see, I'm not that prudy. Am I Black Beauty and Mistress Kush? I was having fun with you guys. I was having fun. The last 2 days were crazy bad behavior, like bad behavior. Like I'd have to take this off Facebook and YouTube right now, bad behavior with them. But it was lots of laughs. It was so funny, so maybe that's where I could be a bit prudy or like conservative. Yeah, I definitely don't think I would do steamy Mondays. You guys would all
But
laugh at me if I did a
but you
steamy
were
Monday.
well. I mean, maybe.
The only
But you
steam
were
that's going to come from me is like when I go to the spa, like, and do the steam rooms. That's the only steam you guys are going to get from me.
oh wow. She said, "Oh, you got a
Yeah,
self-esteem
I
asshole."
can't do steamy Monday because I just feel like it would be very awkward. And maybe I am. Okay, there's something that you guys probably don't know about me, but I can be a little bit shyer. I could be a little awkward, a little shyer. And when it comes to like a relationship, definitely private. Like people won't see. He'll be like Jack out of the box. Like all of a sudden you'll see a ring or something on my finger and you'll be like, what the heck happened? I didn't even know she was dating anyone. Like he will be tucked away, like in aisle two, locked down, tucked away. So yeah, the steamy Mondays. I think I already told Black Beauty ages ago. It's just, you know,
I'm
not
stuck
for
on
me.
Jack and this box and stuff. So
Yeah.
we're gonna move on. We're gonna move back. We're not moving on. We're
They
moving
like
back to
making fun of me. Oh yeah,
yes,
Mistress
but
Kush
you
says
take it
I'm
in
low
stride
key naughty.
though.
Well, you never know. You never know. I mean, you guys, I don't know. It's not
But
for
you
you to
take it in
know.
stride, so
Not for
that's
you to
that's the good
know.
part.
Yeah.
All right. So yeah, as long as you don't get offended by it, it's cool. All right. So we're gonna. What moved you towards DJing? Like, how did you get the jigga jigga? Like, what happened?
Oh my
Like, you
gosh.
just
When you just said jigga jigga, and then I'm reading maybe Barry's comment. Okay, I'm gonna be bypassing these comments.
uh,
Okay, so let's see here. Yeah, so I really always wanted turntables. Like I literally wanted to be Run DMC, like a female Run DMC in high school. Like I acted, I was just going to all the parties when I was very
you,
young. Actually, I
you took
snuck
a
into a
test to
lot of
become an
parties.
MC. That's what you did.
Oh, no, I just wanted to be like on the turntables, like wearing my Adidas, gear and just going like on the turntables, like rewind, like
E.
rewinding the plates. Yeah, pretty much.
All
My
right.
baby scratches are horrible and my sound effects. But
So you
I
didn't
couldn't
take a test to
afford
become
them.
an MC. Is what you're
No,
saying, right?
no. I want to be all that. Like I wanted to
Oh,
be like the MC, like Queen Latifah, like. But then I also had that feminine side. It was very like it was like a mix. You know how Mary would have like the hoop earrings, the hats, and then just like a cut off top or something and baggy jeans. Like that was definitely me growing
but
up, you
you
know.
could, after Latifah, you could be an MC and not be a tomboy. I mean, it was ladies first, literally.
No,
So
that's true. That's true. But I couldn't afford turntables. Like I couldn't afford all that equipment when I was young. So I would just, have my ghetto blaster. I would literally, spend hours editing tapes. Like,
push
I
pause
still have
tapes,
the tapes. Yeah, like
push
pausing
pause.
them, stopping
Hmm.
them, catching them. But I remember hip hop wasn't played on the radio back in the day. Like it just wasn't played in stores. It wasn't played anywhere, at least in my
Hmm.
city. So you really had to dig for that kind of
When
music,
was
you know?
when was that in Canada? I know what it was like in New York, but what era was that when it started to bleed into daytime radio?
I think it was probably more in the late 90s, I would say, but it was still underground. Like you couldn't
Late
hear it. You
90s?
would never, yeah, you would never hear it played in a store ever. Like you just wouldn't. You would still, the only time you would hear hip hop played was on like college radio, right? So when I got into radio and I had a show for about 4 or 5 years called Rewind Saturdays, which was rewinding you back in time to the classics, my show in my 20s. I saw turntables in there and I'm like, oh, I can't afford it. These are thousands of dollars. But I was like, you know what? I'm just going to go for it. I'm going to buy some turntables. So that's
Wait,
when I really got into it.
so how did you get to radio?
Um, my friend actually had a show and she had like a urban hip hop. Bless her heart. Big shout out to Ruthology. She had a show for 5 or 6 years on CKUW 95.9. And she brought me in the studio and she's like, girl, you have the personality for it. Like, why don't you just take over my show? I'm going to the UK to do broadcasting. You take it over for like 6 months and then, see how you like it. And I said, oh, I don't know. I don't know if I could do that. Like, and she's like, oh, please, like, you are the life of the party. Like, you need to be on radio. You need to be doing this. I was like, oh, I
So
don't know. I'm
so
afraid,
what was that? What was that process like? So she was there with you for amount of time, or she just threw you and hit the plane and zoom?
Yeah, so she
Like she
was
was
with me a little bit, not too much. She basically threw a mic at me one night, but I had the perfect show because
just hit you in the head with a mic.
I was in the middle of two prime DJs in Winnipeg. Big shout out to Chubby D. He did what is it called? I think it's called Dance Hall Fever. Yeah,
Wait, time out a second.
yeah.
What was the guy's name?
His DJ name was Chubby D. Chubby D. He did a ridiculously good lovers rock show, and it was very very popular. Like all the whole community listened to it in Winnipeg. And then before him he was Jamaican, or he is Jamaican, and then the guy before me that did a show, his name was DJ D-Lo. Big shout out to D-Lo. He's probably one of the biggest DJs in Winnipeg, and the Filipino community really supports one another. So he did a hip
Hmm.
hop urban show. So I was smack dab in front of these two guys doing shows.
Hmm.
My show was Rewind Saturdays. And I'll never forget when Ruthology threw the mic at me. I was stuttering, I was nervous, I was
Uh-huh.
scared. And I'm like, oh, I don't know if I could do this. Like, I totally suck. But
Uh-huh.
eventually it started becoming better, and then you started becoming more confident, and then
Okay.
my show like evolved into something really beautiful. And maybe that's where people may see I could be a bit conservative, because my show, I would do, first it would be like an urban hip hop R&B show, and I would play like flashback, like just music that we grew up on, right?
Hmm.
But then um, there was a girl that came in the studio and she's like, do you know who your listening audience is? And I'm like, no. And she's like, she gave me a picture. She gave me a picture of 20 guys, and they're like in gray sweatpants, and they seem to all be wearing the same thing. But I remember it was like gray sweats, um, you know? ladies, I know you're going to say something about the gray sweatpants. So they're all leaned up against the wall. And I'm like, who are all these guys? And she's like, well, my boyfriend is actually in jail. He shot someone and he's going to be in jail for the next 5 years. But every single guy in this cell, like every single person in this jail is screaming, hey, Honeyflow's on, like make sure you tune into her. So she's like, everyone's tuned into you at these jails.
Wow. So
So
you were
after,
hot in the cell block.
well, after I got that,
Cell block hot.
then it made me realize that, like, hey, I want to make a difference. Like, I don't want to just play music, maybe I'll try to do something like music with a message. So that's when I
Okay.
started incorporating more conscious hip hop and having more messages for these guys, because they were using their jail calls on me. They'd be like, hey, Honeyflow, what are you up to? Like, I'd always joke with them. I'd be like, what are you eating there? Are you eating like lumpy mashed potatoes and stale chicken? Like, I would, or they'd be like, Honeyflow, stop talking about food on air. Like, you're making us all hungry. But guys, I'm not going to generalize guys in jail, but some of them could be very manipulative. So they would call my show and be like, hey, shout out this person or tell this person I love them. But I didn't realize that it was like a fight between different gangs. So I would be saying these messages, not
Wait,
even
hold on a
knowing what
second.
was happening. Yeah, it was crazy. It was,
Wow.
those were crazy times. And the
So
producer
you were
came up to
basically
me.
like the town crier and didn't even know.
Yeah, I didn't even know. The person,
Yeah,
the
you was
producer came
coding.
up to me and she's like, "You're gonna have to don't do live shout outs and don't." But my show was
Yeah.
all about love and all about. But I would always have people challenge me. Like I'd have these guys. The girl jails were tuned into me. I learned a lot about jail life. Like even the when guys had girlfriends on the outside and they had windows where they could see on the outside, their girlfriends would literally take a water bottle and write messages with the water, like on the sidewalk. Like I learned a lot about jail life. Like it was very, very interesting. But one thing
Really?
I realized is that I know that it was changing people. I remember
Uh,
randomly interviewing people on the street, and there was a guy that just got released from jail, and he's like, "Oh my gosh, you're Honeyflow." He's like, "I always used to talk to you when I was on the inside." I'm like, "What do you mean the inside?" And and he's like, "Yeah, we all used to listen to you." So I
okay.
I noticed that it was changing, like it was helping people. And these people were calling my show on a Saturday night. They weren't calling their family. um, and that's when I realized I have a voice to, maybe I could try to help people, or do something different than just play music. So I think that's where it evolved into something really incredible. um, Definitely miss those radio days. Those were like probably the best days of my life, growing up in Winnipeg for sure.
Okay. All right. So I'm gonna pivot off of there. Not too far. So from there, we're gonna just talk about what are some of your life challenges you think? Did it have to do with DJing? Did it have to do with just personal life, or what are the life challenges that you would identify, and how have they changed you? Like, did you go into? Are you the same person? Um, or let me just say it how I wrote it. So, what do you credit your having guided yourself past these challenges? What do you owe for getting you through these things?
Wow, that's a deep question. So what are my life challenges and what kind of got me past it?
Yes.
Oh man, where do I begin? I feel like there's so many. I mean, like my story is definitely like rich dad, poor dad, growing up on
Hmm.
one side of the fence and then meeting your a few people on the other side of that fence and seeing the success of them, but not growing up that way whatsoever.
Hmm.
So I think that's always been a challenge, going back to what you said, with the, what was it? What did you think? What did you dream of as a kid? Like even looking at wanting to be in that skyscraper building, like that was just unreachable from where I came from, how we were raised, me and my brother, like that was totally unachievable. Like it didn't make sense. So to actually, like, years later be in an office, imagining an office, like, is just, it was unbelievable to me, because that's just, I'm the first person to get a degree in my family, right? My
Hmm.
brother is like the first, well, millionaire, I guess now, that's
Okay.
successful in real estate. So I think we've come a long way compared to how we grew up. And and I think it's really important our parents, I like being there, being present, but also teaching us, and we didn't learn any of those things, ambition, or we grew up very, very basic, right?
Hmm.
Sometimes we don't look at our achievements, but we need to look. I need to do better at looking at those things too. But life trials, oh, where do I begin, man? Like, life is a roller coaster. It's not simple. I think the biggest challenge I've ever had in life was not it was pushing through that mindset, pushing through, like, you could become something, you could do better, you have it in you. I think
Hmm.
learning those mindsets is hard when it's easier for someone that has come from success, or come from, maybe not like the inner city, or coming from poverty or anything like that. But I think it takes a lot more for someone, even when it comes to relationships. If you're surrounded around broken relationships, it's so much harder to change that mindset and be positive, right? But I think the biggest, um, I guess, trial or setback is definitely dealing with grief and loss. So that I've already shared my story plenty of times on my show, but
Hmm.
that has been the hardest setback that has kept me probably stagnant for a very long time. And that's just losing a lot of people, losing friends, having a lot of friends pass away, having a ex-boyfriend unexpectedly pass away. That was, I think that experience was definitely the worst experience of my life. Like, that's one thing that really, really halted me. How overcame that, I think, I mean, I don't think it's something you overcome easily. Um, but I think that, thank God that I have my faith. I mean, that's something that has really, really helped, definitely helped me. And then the right people coming in my path, like strangers, to just, I consider them angels. I don't even consider them strangers. Like, they literally came in my path when I was by
Hmm.
myself in Toronto. And when I first moved to Toronto, that's when I met him. And actually, it was his anniversary just this past week. So even
Oh,
this morning, I was just thinking about him and thinking, wow, like, it's just such an incredible ride and journey,
hmm.
and you kind of wonder what your purpose is here when you see so many people leave, like so many people that you love just exit out of your life, and so many people that you got close to, but I do believe that there is purpose, and the pieces start forming together, especially with grief and loss over the years. It's almost like a storyline, like, a storyline of lows and highs. But, like, I kind of see God present in all of it. Like, I see him present in all the broken pieces, if that makes sense.
No,
And
no, no. That
yeah,
definitely does.
so for me, I could tell you guys so many crazy trippy things. I'm talking trippy things that, I can't even describe to people because they would think I'm crazy. But I know I'm not crazy. And I know, certain people that were with me saw the same things. And one quick story I'll tell you guys, I guess, was Dundas Square. Dundas Square was like on my bucket list to DJ and MC, and it was just a dream of mine. And there's no way someone with my skill level, I promise you, anyone in Toronto will know this, because the biggest, best DJs don't even get Dundas Square. But I remember being on that street level, and I was looking up at that stage, and I was just like, oh man, I wish I could be here. I wish I could try again. After all these losses, I wish I could just be on that stage, grab that mic. This is what I would do to people. I would make them laugh. I would, shout out that big tour double decker bus right in front of H&M, which is crazy far away. And I would get everyone dancing on that double decker bus, like, just crazy thoughts, right? So I remember standing on the street level, looking at that stage, and I remember saying a quick prayer in my heart. And I was like, man, I wish I could be there. Like, I wish someone would notice that in me or that potential. Like, all I want to do is just try again and be there, right? Sure enough, 3 weeks later, guys, I get a call for Dundas Square. I didn't apply, never applied. And Dundas Square is like a Times Square. So it's like the largest media stage in Canada. Like, there's no way. I mean, you're going to see starting from Scratches there, Scratch Bastards. You're going to be seeing all those crazy, ridiculously good DJs there. You are not going to be seeing someone like me there. I promise you that. And I'm not putting myself down. I'm just saying that that's the reality with the skill level that they have there, right? So,
Mhm.
anyways, I get a call 3 weeks later. Hey, Honeyflow, for some reason you kind of popped in my mind. Um, we haven't done anything with you for like 6 years. You just kind of popped in my mind. Why don't you host the entire show at Dundas Square? Are you able to do like a 10, 13-hour day? And I was like, what? Like, I'm thinking, is this a joke? Like, this is crazy, you know? So I was there. It was Caravana weekend, which is our largest. We have millions of people coming to the city to see it. Dundas Square was packed out. MC'd, hosted. I remember grabbing the mic and everything that I visualized, I did. So I got everyone dancing on that double decker bus. I was shouting out people, connecting people. It was just a beautiful thing, and I don't know. There was something. I don't even know why I'm sharing this tonight. But there was this moment that I had when I was like in the middle of the stage. I grabbed the mic. I leave my turntables. Now I'm in front of everyone, looking out, and everything's blurry to me because I take off my eyeglasses, and sometimes I wear hats when I'm nervous because everyone's staring at you. Right. This is my first time in years being in front of this many people. Um, and then all of a sudden, I felt cheering. I felt this crazy cheering in my heart. Like, you can do this again. I'm so proud of you. Like, you got to keep going. You got to keep going. And I kept hearing this crazy cheering. And I'm just like, this is really tripping me out right now, And I remember, okay, this is going to sound crazy to you guys. Maybe some may be able to relate, but this is why I'm a firm believer that when you go through losses, like sometimes you'll see people that are similar to the person that passed away. You'll go through like some trippy things. So everyone was blurry, but I remember seeing this guy smack dab in the middle. I'm like, why does this guy look so familiar to me? And this guy kept smiling. He was smiling the entire time. It was a hot day. Like, all my friends had to leave and take breaks because it was so hot outside. This guy was, I remember he had no hat on. He was bald, right? And he was standing right in the middle. And my eye, like, I was moving my eyes around the stage, and I just kept going back to this guy. I'm like, why does this guy keep smiling? Like, he won't stop smiling at me. And then it's really hot outside. Why is this guy standing here? He's not even moving. And why does that outfit look so familiar to me? So it was just like a real trippy experience, right? And then my friend on the street level was taking pictures because I told her to help me with my social media. So she was very far away from me. We couldn't interact. After I was done Dundas Square, she was like tripping out. She's like, I need to talk to you. I don't know if she's listening tonight, but she's like, I need to talk to you. She's like really freaking out. And she goes, look, I wouldn't. And she met my ex-boyfriend, the one that passed away. Like, she met him only one time. And she's like, I wouldn't just be saying this to you, but she goes, when I was taking pictures, like, I had to stop my camera because I saw someone that looked just like him. Like, she goes, it actually tripped me out because I saw someone that looked exactly like him. And she's like, I'm not one to just say this to you. And I said, that is so crazy because I saw something in the audience too. And this guy just was like smiling at me the whole time. Like, I don't know, maybe to some it may sound very bizarre, but that's an experience I have not shared. That's an experience that me and her shared together that
Mhm.
we haven't really talked about with anyone, and that's why I'm a firm believer in what I believe, because like, music has always been impactful. It's always helped me cope through a lot of things, a lot of losses, a lot of bad times, a lot of good times. And I feel like, in a sense, maybe, possibly, the man upstairs like uses music to connect me or to show me something that you know that I can relate to. So I hope that makes sense to someone. But yeah, I
No,
definitely have not really shared that with too many people except tonight, actually. Um, but yeah, I'll never forget that moment. Like, it was really, really bizarre. I had goosebumps. I had literally like this tingling sensation on stage, and I had goosebumps. I'm like, wow, this is incredible that I'm actually standing here doing this again, and it's been nearly a decade of stopping. That's a long time to stop what
yeah,
you
that's a
love.
while.
It's a long time. But there is no timestamp on grief, but thank God that, I've had strangers and people help me, and help me get through. And even if it's just like making a meal for me, or like asking how I'm doing, calling me up, like, they're my saving grace. They truly were out here, because
Hmm.
I literally spent like all my time, with him when I moved in the city. I didn't really know too many people moving in here because we went to the Black Moon concert the night before, Um, I don't want to say everything happens for a reason, but I do feel like he showed me how to be treated and how to truly be loved. And then I was able to show him, possibly my faith or what I believed, like hours before he passed away, which is such an incredible story between us two, right? So that's
Yeah,
why I
sounds
do
like it.
believe that you I know people have given up a lot on things and aisle two and love and everything, but I'm hopeful. I'm hopeful again that you know something amazing will happen again. So
All right. Well, thanks for sharing that. I remember when you shared that a while back, and it's definitely it's an amazing story. Um, all right, so I'm going to get back to the people a little bit because I
yeah,
still
for
have some
sure,
more
for
of
sure.
these, and I don't want to, I'm not going to let my people down. I mean, your people down, right? But as you mentioned, aisle two, it's aisle two-ish, and I know what the people came here for,
Yeah,
so I'm gonna have to spice it up a little bit.
sure, no problem.
And you know what people are looking for. So
Yeah, if I
um
spice it up, then maybe they won't think I'm so prudy and conservative.
so let's do that.
Who
So
was
we're gonna
that
we're gonna
question by? Now I'm trying to figure it out. Was it? I have a feeling it's either from Black Beauty, maybe Mai Tai, or Mistress Kush. It's one of no, I think it's Black Beauty. I think that was her
which
question.
question?
The
Which
conservative
question?
one. I'm gonna get to the bottom of it and find out who that one was.
Okay, well you let me know. So we're gonna move right along, right?
Yeah.
Um who, who are your three Twitch crushes? That's what the
Oh
people want to
my
know.
gosh, I
That's what
cannot.
the people want to
I
know.
can't say it.
Yeah, let me get
Like,
some
I mean, there's definitely there's
I
I
brought
can't
refreshments
say
for
it,
this part.
man. Some of them
I
are
brought
married. I
refreshments.
can't do that.
If they're married, they ain't not gonna happen.
Oh, I can't do that. I can't do that.
Mhm. You could give us okay, they asked for three.
Oh my gosh,
You can't give us one and a half.
Pink Assassin knows one of them. Like, no, I can't. I don't know
So
if I
do
can do
you
that.
do you authorize her to put it in
Be
the
too
chat?
weird. I'm trying to think. Okay, there is one guy. Oh, I think he's in a relationship, but I don't know him too well, so I think I could say his name. I was like, whoa. He was.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Pink
Go
Assassin's
ahead.
like,
I'm
I
just gonna
know
get into
one.
my
Don't say it.
my
I agree
popcorn
with
and
you.
stuff.
Pink Assassin. Pink Assassin knows. But okay, so there's one guy. I think he's from Phoenix. I can't remember his name, but he
Hmm.
definitely looks like Common, and he's like a grand turntablist. Like he's a real like turntablist DJ. He's a good looking guy. I'm like, when I saw him, I'm like, whoa, you know? So there's a few of them. There's definitely a few of them. But I also go for like
I think they
kindness.
meant more in terms of like Twitch names type of thing. Like we don't know their
Oh, shoot.
government names,
Maybe Barry's
but
like Predator. Some of my mods have known, like, some of my mods have known who I think is attractive.
are
Um,
they in here today? The mods.
let's see. Yeah, like Mimi Berry's in here. I think
So
some of them know.
Mimi.
There's
People
a
who just
few of them
nice.
for sure, but I also go for like I feel like a man becomes more attractive when he's kind, like when he's sincere and kind. And then when I'm
Hmm.
watching their shows, I was like, "Aw, he's like so sweet," or "He's kind," and I'm like, "Dang, that's attractive," you know? I'm like, "Shoot, they're married. What the heck? Why does that always happen to me?"
So these are Twitch personalities, is what you're saying.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of when I can give you guys
Yeah, give us
that
one.
okay, Black Beauty, you know of one. I think from the UK when I was in a chat, he looked like a guy I dated, and I was so
Come
shocked. I
on.
had to maximize his screen. Who was that Black Beauty? He looked a lot. He was on one of your raid trains in the UK, and I think I made him blush because I kept talking about how like he really looked like my ex, like an ex that I dated, and I had to maximize his face. Um, I can't think. Oh, actually, okay, guys. All right, guys. I could think of one. I could think of one. Are you sure you want me to say?
Is who sure?
No,
Me?
are you sure you want me to say? All right,
Yeah. What?
guys. I
Why
could
not?
think of one. I mean, like, you
You're
know,
being bashful
he
right now. That's you're
he
being
likes to
bashful.
camp, guys. He's bald. He
Yeah.
has like a bit of a beard. You know, I could
Keep
definitely
going.
think of one.
Let me write down some clues.
Okay, let me write down some clues. Yeah. So he likes camping. He has a
Uh-huh.
bit of a beard. He's bald.
Weird.
Sometimes,
Weird. Go ahead.
oh, yeah. Sometimes, he like chomps on carrots once in a while or like peanuts. He always has something to
Carrots.
say in the chat room
Yeah.
quite a bit. Maybe
Hmm.
apples. Um, you know,
Mm.
Like he looks great in yellow. He really, really looks great in yellow.
Yellow. Yellow like this cell.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
It's, it's, it's coming
yeah,
around now.
yeah, exactly. Yeah. He's got a
Okay.
bit of an accent. Can you guess who it is, guys?
Let's see what I got. Hmm. Yeah, she can't remember. I just messed up.
DJ Jen Jen's like DJ Rhymes.
DJ
I'm trying to
Rhymes.
think.
It
There are
might
a few
be.
good-looking guys. There are a few good-looking
Hmm.
guys. I don't know if it was DJ Rhymes, Jen. I'm not sure. Yeah, there's definitely some good-looking guys on Twitch, but they're all married. So what are you going to do with that? Can't do any. I shut down right away. I shut down if my friends like a guy. Like I'll just shut it down, even if I like him or want to shoot my shot. I just am the type of friend that backs down, which isn't good.
Hmm.
I should probably take a step up and try to, approach.
All right. This is good stuff. I'm going to take this under advisement. You're going to figure this out.
You're
It's
gonna figure
bald,
it out. Have you figured it
beard,
out yet? Yeah,
yellow,
bald beard.
wearing, fruit eating, carrot chumping.
Yeah. I can't believe you haven't
Hmm.
figured it out yet, Stirs.
I'm doing my due diligence. There's a process.
Oh, okay.
It's going
All
on the
right.
board, though. It's going on the board.
It's going on the
All right.
board.
Yeah, yeah. I'm putting together a board. Clues. So, um, we got more stuff though. They got heat for you. All
Okay.
right. You ready?
Mhm. Mhm.
You have something to drink? Because I'm
Sure.
telling you,
Yeah, I have a drink here. I
take
wish
a
I
drink.
knew who the
Take a
guy
drink.
from Phoenix was. He was a really good-looking guy. Now you got me thinking. Oh, cheers. Cheers.
Mhm. Okay. Um,
Should I tell him who it is? You guys, what do you think? Put some ones in the chat if you think I should tell him who it is. Or do you
tell
think
who
I should
what
just
when.
leave it and let him guess? Do you think I
I'm
should
gonna
just
figure
leave
it
it
out.
and let him guess? You're gonna figure. Okay, I'll let
I'm
you
a
figure
smart
it out.
dude. It's gonna come
I'll
to
let you.
me.
Can I
It's
ask who
definitely gonna come
yours
to me.
are? Who are yours? I'm just curious.
Did you ask the question before you asked
Yeah,
the question?
am I allowed to ask you a question? Like who are yours? I'm just curious.
No.
What do
Um,
you mean no? Come on.
it's a very small word. Which is
Hmm?
it? The O or the N that's throwing you off? No, not at all. I listen for anyone who's new who weren't here in the beginning. I gave the rules and I set the rules. We're gonna focus
I
on
know,
what
but you said
goes
I could
good
ask you
tonight.
like one question. Can't ask you one question?
Um, I'm sure you asked me a few questions before.
Maybe Barry says, I feel like a third wheel. Let's just all leave. That's hilarious. Jen's staring. That's so funny.
Yeah, she definitely threw some eyes
Jen,
up
who
there.
are your Twitch crushes? I'm curious now. Who are all
That's what I want to
yours?
know for real. Can we
You
all have
see?
a
He
sharing?
wants to
Can we all
know.
share?
He wants to know.
Can we all share? So
I
let's do
would
this.
I would say
Let's
one, but you guys know every single person in this room knows him. So there's no way in heck I'm gonna say who that person is, like at all. There's just no way.
mm,
Twitch's radio thought it was Luciano when I interviewed him. She always thinks I had a crush on him, which I we had good chemistry when we interviewed together, you know. And then I remember my other mod was trying to set me up with Ray Domingo. She's like, "Oh my gosh, you guys are exactly the same, like with your little motivational stuff and like your humor and
what
like you guys are
what
both
did Pink
short and
Assassin
cute."
say? What is she talking about?
They really wanted to set me up with Ray Domingo. I'm like, I don't know. I like Ray. He's great, but yeah, I think I'm good. Um, I don't know. Pink Assassin says it's a whole sentence stirs. I'm not sure what that means.
I don't
Oh,
know either.
Rita Devine says she's missed so much she feels. Oh,
Retta,
tall room,
yep.
tall man Brian says, why don't you just get a room tonight?
People,
Mistress
let's
Krish.
settle down. Let's settle down a second because we got
Oh, Twitches Our Radio says her Twitch crush is Elmo. Mistress is like Ray, you know? Um,
who's Twitch crosses ammo.
would you be opposed to meeting someone on Twitch? I wouldn't be. Like, I definitely would. You get some weird characters every once in a while, but I mean, I think it would be cool. Would, someone sees you, right? Like I would rather have someone seeing me work and seeing who I am, my personality and just
Hmm.
my belief system, what I think, how I think. And I would love to have someone, like approach me after they see me. I told another DJ that here, Jack of Spades. I was telling him what I was looking for. And I said,
Okay.
yeah, I just wouldn't mind like someone watching me for a while and like really, kind of seeing how I am and they're watching me, but I'm clueless and I have no idea. And then he
You would
stopped
like
the
to be watched?
conversation. Well, like just knowing who I am as a person, right? Like
Mm.
my heart, my character, like just
Uh-huh.
how I joke around, maybe they're attracted, I don't know, like just watching me for a while, right? And then making their move, like like snatching you up, like making a move on you, right? So I was telling
Hmm.
Jack of Spades this, another DJ, and he started laughing. He's like, Honeyflow, it sounds like you want to stalk her. So we had a good laugh. We were laughing. He makes me laugh so hard.
Yeah. It wasn't
Bless his
far
heart.
off from that. I don't want to say stalker, but
Yeah, he's like, it sounds like you want. I go, no, it isn't. It's
like
just
you want
because
a talker, a
sometimes you're
Twitch
so
stalker.
busy working. You're trying to make things happen that the last thing you want to do is go online and go on a dating site and flipping through like 1,000 profiles. Like, I
I
just
don't know
think it
how
would be.
people do that because I've never actually
Oh, you've never done that before? Yeah. I
hit.
mean, any woman has like at least 100 in their inbox. It feels like you're flipping through jobs, like,
Mm,
like on Indeed. I hate it. I absolutely hate
that's
it. But I feel like that's what you got to do to meet people in this day and age. But
it's
if you're always on,
inventory, people. So
yeah, if
I
you're
just
always
I don't frown
online,
on it, but it
if
just
you're
hasn't
always
been my thing.
online, then why do you like I don't really want to be back online again. So I'd rather him watch me be clueless and
Mm.
than him just like making his move. Yeah.
Let's
Anyways.
get back into this hour two and get the heat back on you, all
Yeah.
right?
All
Because
right.
you're not falling for this. All right. So I don't think you gave us three Twitch crushes, but that's okay because time, right?
Yeah, I can't really think of anything right now. I got to think about
Mm,
it.
mm. Can't
I
think.
mean, I know a few, but if I mention the name right now, everyone, and it's gonna make his ego even bigger. So I can't do it. I can't do it.
So
It'd
why
be
not?
way too weird. No, I can't. I
Why
can't.
not?
It was the guy from Arizona. I'll try to find out his name. He definitely looks like Common, guys. Very good looking guy.
Wait.
Pink Assassin knows
You're
one.
trying to
Mimi
not
Berry
say his
knows
name,
one.
but you got to find out his name.
Well, I could tell you the guy from Arizona because we're not really close. Like he's bigged up my show before, you
So
know.
drop us. Listen, drop it
I'm
like
trying
it's
to
hot because
think.
we got to move on.
Yeah, I can't think.
We got
Um,
people to embarrass. Come on, let's go.
Trying to think of the people that I interviewed. You know who I think is really cute, like really endearing,
I
and it
don't.
was a really great. Oh, sorry, it was a good interview. I think Michael Motion is really cute too. Not in that way, guys, because he's married with 3 kids, so I don't want to get in trouble. But like
Okay.
because he's such a good guy and he gave me such great advice on things, I think that's very sweet. Like that's very attractive when someone, kind
Hmm.
of helps or gives great advice on things or encourages you or helps you in your show. So I think there's a lot of guys that are cute in their own way, like,
Okay.
yeah,
All
they
right.
could have 2 teeth and be cute, because they're nice. I don't know.
Okay. Okay. Snag it to the feet. Let's go. Let's move on. If you, mm, hold on a second. All right. It says if you could go on a date with anyone from Twitch, who would it be?
Oh my gosh. I
I
got to
thought
think about it. How
maybe I
come I
should have
can't
asked
think
that
right
one.
now? How do I?
I
I
thought.
can't think
Yeah.
right now.
Okay. So we'll move on to the next one. You can't think.
I'm trying to think. Hmm.
Well, why are you thinking?
Give me some names, guys, if you could think of anyone.
Silence.
I mean, can I take pieces of people? Can I take pieces of people and put them together? Like put a man together with
You're
different
gonna have a
DJs and
composite
different
person.
people? Yeah, exactly.
All right. I'm just gonna eat some of my refreshments for a minute,
Am I allowed
and
to
then we'll
take
get back to it.
pieces? Like, for example, I can't see Spartacus's face. He always wears his glasses and is in disguise. So I would take a piece of, because he works out. So I would take, maybe
Ah,
chop
so you
off his
just want a
head,
pizza man, huh? A
take
pizza
that
man.
piece, and then someone showing kindness or someone that's sweet. um I would take a piece of that personality, stick it in one person, and if I saw someone that looked like Common or Lamont Rucker, is it Lamar Rucker? I'm not asking for much, slap them together, maybe a Boris Kojo. I mean, that would be perfect. What do you think?
Mm.
Black Beauty says it has to be a whole man. I can't think of anyone right now. I don't know.
All right.
M. Lewis
All
is
right.
laughing.
This is all the same thing. They
Hmm.
want to know who would you like to meet in person?
Who would I
Very
like to meet in person?
yeah, these people are
Ah,
focused.
that's a good question. Wow. I'd have to
Here's
think
a good
about
one.
that. That is a
Here's a
good one.
good one.
I'd like
Why do
to
you think
meet
about that
like
one?
oh my gosh. Twitch is our radio says, come on, like our bedtime is 9 p.m. Like just get with it. I would love to meet, I watch a lot of motivational speakers, or I used to. I need to get back to that, but I would love to meet Les Brown. I think he's
I
amazing.
knew you were gonna say that.
Oh, really? I would love to meet like Tony Gaskin. Like I think no, not Tony Gaskin. Sorry, I met Tony Gaskin in Texas, not him. He was the one that cheated, got on Oprah and became a millionaire because now he writes books for women, like those books like what is it, like Steve Harvey writes for women? Not him, not him.
Oh,
Um,
how to be a better woman
you
by
know who I
some
think
dude.
has really good character? I would love to meet Tony Evans. I feel like he's kind of like a
Who?
father that most people have never had. Tony Evans. Like I would love to meet his family. There's
All right.
Priscilla Evans. She was in like she's an actress and she's also a motivational speaker I listen to as well. Priscilla Shire, Tony Evans.
Oh, yeah.
I mean the list goes on. I think Denzel Washington would be cool to sit down and have a conversation with and
Oh,
find out
definitely.
about like how he makes things work, like how he makes marriage work, and just his philosophies on life. I think he would be amazing to sit down and have a conversation with. Oh, Christine Kane, that's another one. She like runs the largest human trafficking
Whoa,
organization in
wait.
the world. So for
These
her,
were people from Twitch.
oh, they're people
I'm
from
get-
Twitch.
yeah, I'm
Oh,
getting an echo here.
who would I would want to meet from Twitch? Oh man, I would
Yeah,
love to meet everyone from Twitch. I don't think there is one.
good
Oh
answer.
shoot. You know what? I think Twitch is our radio. Want me to? I have to put on the mask. I have to put on this mask.
Mm.
So we can't say any serious questions anymore. I have to put on this mask.
No,
Sorry,
au
Twitch is our
contraire. You can
radio.
say no, no. You can say all the stuff
Oh
without
my
having to look
god.
us in the face.
There we go. I have to put on this mask. This
So that's a
was
mask. That's a mask of
13 minutes
truth.
ago. Yeah, she wanted
That's the
me to
mask
put
of
on
truth.
this. She wanted me to put on this mask before at Nordstrom when I was DJing there. I'm like, I can't put on a mask at Nordstrom when I'm DJing a real time gig. They're already looking at me crazy talking to you guys
Okay,
and
so
lip syncing.
now that you got the mask on, someone wanted me to ask, are you a good gal or a bad gal?
Oh my gosh, that's totally. I think every woman has the potential of being bad for sure. I mean, every woman has that side, but it's
Mm.
just like, do you want to showcase that? So it's up to me to know and you guys never to find out. No, I would consider I'm definitely, I don't know. I think I'm more of a good girl, but my good friend said Honeyflow isn't as innocent as people think. That's what she said when I brought her on my show. I didn't know what she meant by that, but she said that. So,
Okay.
but I think every woman has like a little bit of both sides, a little bit. Yeah.
Mm.
But I'm not as
All
bad as
right.
Mistress Kush or Black Beauty. These girls are off the chain, like
All
DJ
right. So
Jen Jen too.
speaking of off the chain, don't put Jen Jen in this until she's in it. Um, how 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 brave you feeling since you got the mask on? Because we're gonna open up. Let's open up the chats to some open questions. All right. And because I know these people were chomping at the bit.
You are
You ready?
definitely not well behaved. But I kind of do like costumes. It is kind of fun, actually. I'm not gonna lie. Like I was in the
That's a
store,
hell of
like
a rabbit hole right there.
I was in the store trying to get like Wonder Woman, and I had this whip, and I'm like, like that in
Wait,
the store.
Wonder
And
Woman with a whip?
yes, I think she has
Who
a
would
whip.
Wonder Woman be whipping?
No, in the cartoon. So, and
No,
even
but your Wonder Woman has a whip. Who would she be whipping?
you,
Batman?
she would be whipping you. That's what she would be doing. He's like, oh man, Black Beauty's like, I'm a model citizen. Yeah, right. Yeah, right. You are. Actually, once I start working out, tall man Brian, maybe I will put on a cat suit. Maybe I will try. But there is a funny thing with this mask. So for everyone on Facebook and YouTube, don't think I'm crazy. We do channel points on Twitch and they make me do certain things. And one of my channel points is wearing this Batman mask, which I thought was a cute Catwoman mask. When I got in the car, I called Vance Dell and I was just like, why does Catwoman not look cute? Like, why does she look so cranky and mad? Like, it looks like she has Botox here. Like, look how angry I look. And then he started laughing. He's like, girlfriend, you didn't get Catwoman. Like, what are you, crazy? He's like, you got like a Batman mask, not Catwoman. So I had to use this mask for something, guys. But it is kind of fun dressing up. I use this for the Comic Con raid train, and it was fun. Like, I can see
Wait,
why
so
Jen Jen has so many costumes. She has cop uniforms, she has everything, firefighter costumes. Like, I need to figure out how much she has in her collection. Apparently, she has a lot. All
I
right, I'm
see
going to
what you
take this
did
off.
there. I see what you did there, and it was semi smooth. Um,
Rita Divine says, you getting whip stirs? And then Clarky says, Stirs, did you
apparently,
make her wear this mask? No, it was Twitch is
no,
our radio.
no,
She's
not
another
at all.
bad, bad gal. She's another bad
I
one.
didn't, not at all. But I listen. I am curious because I get the impression that's you have not only worn that mask on screen.
I have only worn it on screen and in my car with people staring at me, like when I first bought it. But I have not worn this mask anywhere else. Actually, it makes me itchy. I feel like, ow, I feel like I feel like I'm allergic to this crazy plastic in here. Look at that.
I'm
Look
gonna
how
accept that
angry.
only
This is not
because
cute. Okay, I got a question. No, okay, maybe I'll save that question off our chat, off this chat, actually. Yeah, I'll ask you later. I'm curious.
thanks. So you had to say that you have a question that you can't ask on chat. You had to say that on the chat.
Well,
Uh,
now that you're mentioning the bad girl, good girl thing, okay, you know what? I'll just ask it. Whatever. People already, you know. So, like, you're going to speak on behalf of all men right now and generalize pretty bad. But, like, do men
uh,
like good girls or do they like bad girls? Like, which
yes.
option do they like? It's like, I feel like they like the Cardi B, but then they want the thing that's annoying to me is like they want a woman to be like a Mother Teresa that looks like a supermodel, but then has a bit of bad edge to her. It's like you can't have everything. Like I'm just wondering what guys like because you guys are all confusing. Every single one of you guys.
I see it. I see it, Jen Jen. I see it. You know, I see it. The answer is yes
Yes to what? You like the Cardi B's?
to the question. The answer is yes. They
No,
like
but I
yes.
asked which one you like, either a good girl or a
I
bad
know what
girl.
you asked. Exactly.
It's one or
We
the other
like it
though.
exactly. We like it exactly like that.
But that's a high expectation. You want a girl that looks like a supermodel and, you know,
I
is
didn't
like a
say that.
Mother
I
Teresa,
said
but then,
we like it exactly whatever's on one side or whatever's on the other side. We like that.
oh,
That's what we like.
okay. Jen's like, there needs to be balance.
There needs to be
Well,
balance. It
okay.
needs to be balance in the universe. Yes.
Yes, I agree, Rita Divine. The men don't know what they want. I
Retta,
agree.
we
I
know what
agree.
we
They
want.
they say we're confusing. I think they can be confusing for sure. I have this conversation with my girlfriends all the time. My
It's
friends are like,
it's
they want a
circumstantial. How
supermodel,
about
but they
that?
want like someone like their mom. It's like they can't have everything. Like,
But a
you know,
supermodel is based on looks. It's not based on behavior.
yeah, but they want both. It's just like Junior says some men just want a woman to pay all the bills. Like
Listen,
my mom,
do you
Junior, he wants a
think
sugar mama.
Naomi Campbell was nice because she was a supermodel?
I don't know.
No, she. So you can be all
Yeah, she
things.
wasn't
It
too
doesn't have anything to do
nice.
with it. Yeah.
This is
Which
not a
questions?
dodgeball answer the question.
Right. Which
What
question is
question
it?
did I miss? I don't what
Yeah.
question did I miss though?
Tell her, Jen
I
Jen.
agree, Clarky. I agree with you.
We're not doing. This is not the men hating club.
No, no, it's not the men hating club. I love all the men.
Right.
I was thinking about it today. I honestly, the guys I've had on my show, Tall Man Brian, I mean, the list goes on with the guys I've had on my show. It's been incredible. Like, I give you guys so much props, and, it's
You would
just,
think
I've
about all
learned
the men you had on your show
show. Yeah. I was thinking about that this morning. I was like, wow, it's like I've interviewed a
this
lot of
morning.
guys. I mean, I love the women, but
How
it's just
early is
like
this morning?
pretty early, but I wasn't thinking about them that way. I'm just saying that I was thinking about all of them and thinking I'm, happy that they opened up on my show. And yeah, I don't
Mm-hmm.
know. I've learned so much from you guys, a lot more than I can learn from all my single girlfriends. So thank you.
Got it.
Yeah.
Got it. I accept on behalf of everybody.
Yes,
Mm.
I agree with you. I agree, Rita Divine. I am with you, girl. I feel the
Retta, you're
same
killing me
way.
right now, Retta.
I feel the
Retta,
same way.
I love having you here, but what are you doing right now? Oh man, Retta, no better, Retta. All right, so no one has any other questions? Like I thought you guys were itching with questions, like overflowing with
Yeah, you could
questions.
ask me anything. I'm a pretty open book. I mean,
Right. You know, this
some
is your
things
only shot because she's about to shut down shop. Like she's never gonna be this open again
I'm
on stream.
always open. You know that.
Okay, that was yeah. Um yeah, no, somebody throw up a question because y'all don't want me to.
Yeah, if you got, do you have any more questions? If you have any questions, let me know. Oh yeah, Clarky says I know honey well enough, so no questions. Hey, DJ Mai Tai, good to see you. Great show the other day.
Yes, late as hell.
Yeah,
Come
you
on
are
now.
late. You are late.
We were just
Exactly.
getting down to some questions, Miss Mata.
I thought you guys had some spicy questions too.
Word. And everybody ran out of spice all of a
Yeah,
sudden.
there's no spice tonight. What's going on? I scare you guys off with my stories.
Right.
Let me know. Okay, what do you mean you don't answer? You're too busy playing dodgeball. What didn't I
Right.
answer? Okay, leave what I didn't answer up. Like let me know what
Right.
I
Somebody
didn't.
put out what she didn't answer, please.
Okay, Rita
So we can
Divine
get to the
says,
bottom
"What's your
middle of
favorite
this.
costume?" Oh man, Rita Divine. I mean, once I get in shape, am buying those costumes, girl. I do like the Catwoman costume. I think that's pretty cool. You know, Wonder Woman, of course. I'm trying to think of other ones, other females out there.
So
I
you
like
have these
any.
costumes? You have
I
Wonder Woman?
mean,
You tried it on, but
no.
did you take
Yeah,
it
I
home?
tried it on. No, I didn't really like that one. I like the Catwoman one, but I think I need to bike a little bit more to fit into the Catwoman. But I may surprise you guys. Maybe I may surprise you guys when you least expect it and, throw a costume on uh, for you guys or do something crazy like a dance, but I have to practice. And speaking of dances, DJ Mai Tai says, "Can you ask Honeyflow to show us her dance moves?" Oh,
Oh man.
heck to the nah. I'm
Oh
not doing
man.
it. I would never, okay, I wouldn't do that on camera. No way. I'm
That
not
was
going to
like the
have
one
30
thing that
people
was
laugh at
forbidden,
me in the
my
chat
time.
room with my moves.
Yeah.
But I must admit, guys, I must admit, I'm just telling you guys, I let you guys know all the time that the reason why I may be a bit conservative too and not put everything out there is because I don't want it too steamy. Like there's a lot of men that are married on Twitch. Like I don't want them divorcing their wives. I mean, there's like a lot of men in relationships. I don't want to break up relationships once they see my dance moves. Like it's just too much for them. It's
Exactly.
going to be
See what
too
she's
much
saying?
for
See what
people.
she's
So
saying? The
I can
humility right
I
now
don't think
is
you guys are going to
overwhelming.
be able to feel that heat, my DJ Mai
Mm.
Tai. So that's why I don't bring the heat too much because it's just going to be a little too much for you guys. So that's why I don't
So
bring
we
it.
can't stand it.
But a funny story about a dance hall I've mentioned on my show. I don't know if you heard this, Stirs. A few years ago, my friend's like, "Hey, let's go to a birthday party," and it was like this Jamaican birthday party. I thought I was going to. I was like, "Okay, cool, yeah, let's do it." She pulls up somewhere in Brampton at this vacant place, and I knew something was not going to be right or something was going to go down because the guys that gave tickets had plastic black garbage bags taped to the windows. So they rolled down their
What?
window like two cracks. It was like the movies. They rolled down their movie two cracks, stuck two fingers out to grab my $20, and then they gave me the ticket to this place. So we get to the
And
front
you
door,
walked in?
and then well, you know me, I'm pretty open to everything and anything. So then
Mm.
I get to the door, and then there's someone that had a bulletproof vest on, and I'm just like, is this an okay place to walk into? I thought this was a birthday party, and is it going to be safe? Because have been a lot of shootings in Toronto and stuff. So,
Listen.
they said, oh yeah, it's fine, come in. So I walk in there. I am like, this is like a straight up dance hall. Like this is a place where DJ Mai Tai, Jen, Mistress Kush, Black Beauty, uh, you know, this is a place these girls could hold down. You guys could hold it down, easily with your dance moves. I'm the only girl that's not Jamaican walking in this place. People are looking at me. I'm like, well, I spent $20. I got to practice my dance hall moves. Like, but the things I saw there were like incredible. I've never seen some of the things that I saw in my life, like
Like what?
not saying I'm totally naive. Well, I saw
Like what though?
girls on the ground. And I'm not saying you guys would be there because of that. think you guys could hold it down, like dancing and having fun. So I'm like, well, I am not wasting my $20. Like,
Just girls on the
hey,
ground.
I'm half Indian. Like, if you guys don't know Indian people, we are cheap. We are not going to spend $20 and waste it. So I found a guy. I'm like, okay, who could I find? Who could I find that I could just dance with? I grabbed a guy and I said, hey, let's just dance. I need to practice my dance moves. Yeah.
I'm seeing in the chat that there's a flag on the play and that you're distracting us for story time again.
Oh,
That's
I
the
am.
saying. That's what I'm told. That's what I
There's a
read. I
flag.
read that
Where's the
somewhere.
flag? Oh, well, I thought it was a
Said
funny
there's
story though. It was
a
funny.
flag on the play, but they want to
Okay.
hear from you about whatever the question was that you've been avoided. That's my point.
What question was it?
Tell her the question again, people, because you're making
So you
me look
guys don't
bad
want to
because
even hear the end of the story? It's a good
I'm supposed to
story.
be holding you to the fire.
Okay. But can I just finish the last 2 minutes of it? It is funny.
After you give us a body roll, you can finish it.
I can't do a body roll. There's no way in
One
heck I'm doing a body roll.
one
If
body
you guys
roll.
saw me at this dance hall, all I got to say is you guys would be proud. Like, I was pulling out some moves. I was
So
pulling
pull
out
out a
so
move
many
then.
moves.
What's the move then?
I can't do it in front of people right now, and I'm on Facebook and YouTube. Are you crazy? No way, I'm not doing it.
You did it in front of people
I
with
did
garbage
it in
bags
the
on the window
dark. I did it in the dark. I
with
did it in the
body armor.
when it was
What did you
pitch
do in the
black.
dark?
When I was at the dance hall, it was pitch black in there, dark, so no one
So
could
how do you even
really
know who you're dancing with?
see. I really didn't. And when the lights turned on, I was like, whoa. I was like, it was like, it was like, Shaba, lover man, like Shaba, the song. I was like, dang. I'm like, I should have gotten a flashlight and put it on him. But I didn't really care at the time because I just wanted to dance.
What's the lover man?
I wanted to like kind of get the moves. So I danced with this guy all night. And then he whispers in my ear, oh, I just came from Jamaica to Canada. This is like the best day of my life, like with you. I was just like, okay, thanks,
Wait, what kind
buddy.
of dance was going on again? What kind of? Were
Well,
your
we were
hands on the
like,
floor?
no, I wasn't doing that. Are you kidding me? My back can't bend like that. Like maybe
Not
DJ Jen
backwards.
can do that. I can't do that.
I didn't say backwards.
When I bend down, guys, to pick up my DJ cords, my ankles are cracking. Okay. So I definitely cannot. I used to be a cheerleader back in the day, but I'm definitely not flexible like splits and all kinds of back flips and everything else. I'm definitely not like that. But yeah, the
Yeah.
dance hall story was funny. That's the only time. No, I can't even touch my toes. You could probably do that, tall man Brian, and you're like 6'4". You could touch your toes probably better than I can, and I'm only 5'1", and I could barely touch my toes. I need to just start stretching.
Itty bitty thing. Just a
I need
little
to
itty
get
bitty
back in
thing.
shape. Oh no, here's Mr. Trouble in the building. The infamous Jackson Sadek. Yeah, there was a lot that happened in his room. Okay, so what question were you? We got DJC Warps in the building. Thanks for coming through. Jackson as well does a very interesting, spicy show on Twitch, guys. I don't think he would consider me conservative after what happened in his room a couple days ago.
What happened in the
Um,
room? I wasn't there.
yeah, you could ask the rest of them. It was like pure shenanigans and bad behavior with all of them. So that's why they're bugging me about being on their steamy raids. But yeah, I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't do it.
So you bore
Um,
witness to the steam business.
yeah, I'm not
Hmm.
gonna. It's too steamy for me. I could barely handle Jackson's voice. Like that guy messed me up the other day. The next day in the morning, all I could hear was his voice, Honeyflow, his
In the
deep
morning, all you
voice.
can hear
He's
was his
actually got a
voice,
well, yeah, he's got a really great voice. It was. I think
and
we
you was
ended
hearing
his
it in the morning,
Well, he ended his show at 3:30 in the morning, but then the next
and the
day, it
and the
messed me
voice
up.
stayed with you.
I'm like, I can't even listen to Chris Brown like this morning. Like, I just can't. Like, this guy has like literally the best voice on Twitch, next to
Okay.
the other female DJ I always talk about.
Okay. Okay. All right.
Oh
Satan
yeah,
hearing
and I
people's
asked if he
voices.
was Satan. If he's Satan, I don't. We don't really do that thing over here. Like, you know, the teddy
Okay.
bear thing kind of freaked me out a little bit, Jackson. The teddy bear thing kind of freaked me out a little bit. I'm not gonna lie. That felt a little weird to me.
What happened with
Sonia
the teddy bear?
says, "Do you ever read comments on Facebook?" Oh no, I'm not on Facebook. I'm just on Twitch, Sonia. So I don't read comments on there. Um, it was a puppy. Okay, that kind of freaked me out a little bit. He like blindfolded a puppy or a teddy bear. I have to say that there was a guy in media out here that we met. His name was Gomeshi. He worked for CBC, like the biggest news station, and he would do all this crazy, weird stuff. And he actually blindfolded a teddy bear and did the stuff that Jackson was doing. And he ended up going to jail because he was like a really crazy, like not serial killer, but he was into like really, really bizarre, weird things. And now he's in jail for a long time. So Jackson, you're
Not
kind of like
serial killer,
I
but
love your
close.
voice. Like, I'm hoping you're not a serial killer or crazy or creepy that way. You have a great voice. Maybe I'll give you a pass card based on your voice, even if you could be a serial killer. But the teddy bear thing kind of freaked me out, kind of creeped me out a little bit.
Yeah, it's crazy. All right. Let me do this thing real quick because
My puppy
I
is a
had a
DJ,
board.
not a killer. Oh, what questions did I ignore? You guys could post in the chat. I feel like I mentioned the questions. I feel like I answered everything.
All right, really quick
Well,
because I don't want to.
he definitely has a great voice. Like, Mai Tai has a great voice. I'm staying away from all your shows. Just like, yeah.
She's selling a lot right now. So I was trying to figure out like who you were, right? So I wrote down a few things from the questions
Hmm.
and like how they I don't not that you've been in a precinct, but like on TV when they have like a board and they lay out all the clues and stuff.
The clues.
I
Oh,
laid out
wow. You're doing a
all the
lot.
clues.
Wow. Look at you,
I laid out
Stirs.
some
You're going to know
clues.
me better than anyone knows me.
Yeah, I'm gonna know
I'm
some
so
things.
flattered. Thank you.
So this is what I kind of came up with, right? Uh,
No one's put clues together about me. This is interesting.
yeah, I put some clues together. I don't know if you can see
Yeah, it's a
in
lot. Oh, wow. Oh my gosh. Oh, you were doing a sketch? That's so cool.
Minnesota.
Aw.
Trying to figure out who you is. So
Aw, that's so cool. Do you guys see that? Okay, I'm going to maximize that. Okay, I'm going to
uh,
maximize it and put it. That is so cool. He did like a sketch. Aw, that's so sweet. That's really cool. Wow. And he's got a talent, guys. If you guys haven't known, he's got like a talent for sketching. That's why I think he should do a show.
maybe, possibly.
That's
Yep,
amazing. Thank you for
that
that.
was
That's really
in
cool.
between in between grapes and popcorn. I got some things done.
Wow. I don't know. Yeah, I don't didn't know how you did that. That's really cool. Mimi Berry said, "Wow, what do you guys think of the sketch? That is incredible. I feel like I should be sketching you. Too bad I didn't have like a notepad. I did a
It's
sketch
okay.
for
I'm totally fine with you not sketching me. Actually,
Yeah, I did a sketch
okay.
with Eddie Boomer. Did you see that one? It looked like a stick character. It was so funny.
No, I
That's
didn't see
really
it. I could
sweet
imagine.
though. Aw, that's really nice. Now I'm getting all teasy.
Ah, yeah. Oh, nice.
Jackson says I can still draw stick figures. Do you feel like by watching someone, do you think that you know them, like how they are, or not really? Like, do
Do
you
I know the
think that,
person?
yeah, like, do you think, like, say, for instance, like by watching me or other shows, do you feel like you really kind of know the person or not really? Since you've been on my show for a
Mm,
long time, so I'm just curious if, like, I guess Your opinion,
I'm
you know?
no, I'm the type of person, if I want to know something, I just ask the person. So I wouldn't ever, I don't make assumptions easily. If I make an assumption, I'm not married to it because I know it's an assumption.
Hmm.
Because I know I have the least amount of information to have made that come to that conclusion. So nah, I'm not married to that type of thing. So I get an idea, but I
Hmm.
can't say that, I wouldn't bank on it. I would want that. I want to feel that I have a good idea of who the person is, but I would never. Yeah, I wouldn't.
Jen says she would sketch Stirs in aisle two. I totally would. I would sketch him in aisle two. But I heard, um, uh, oh, I'm drawing a blank. How come I'm drawing a blank? Miss BJ, she's like, she said you hate when I talk about like the aisle two thing, like put you on the spot with aisle two. So I won't do that, you
Miss
know?
DJ.
Or
Who?
Miss BJ, she says, don't talk about aisle two to Stirs. Like, don't put him on the spot kind of thing. He doesn't like that. But I probably would sketch you in aisle two. Heck, I put you and Jen Jen together in and many people in that aisle, you know? So
Yeah, I'll too be popping according to you. You put throw anybody up in there.
yeah, I can. I
Anybody.
can. Yeah, for sure. That's really
Mhm.
cool though. I really think you should do it like a sketching show like Eddie Boomart. Like people would really watch that. It doesn't you don't have to be the best of the best or anything. I think people would just love having conversation with you and just watching you sketch. It's very like therapeutic, like very, it's nice.
It's Pink Assassin asked the question that she needs to repeat. No, I've thought about it. I wouldn't necessarily. I think he was one of the first people I saw who did it until I realized, or I just searched for it, and I realized there's a bunch of artists on there because
Hmm.
I wouldn't want to feel like I'm stepping on toes, but there's
No,
a lot
not
of
at
toes out
all.
there. There's a lot more
No,
toes out there than I thought,
no,
you
there
know.
is, but I don't
Yeah.
I don't think I
And I
don't
wouldn't
think
do exactly what he's doing anyway. I mean, because I just wouldn't.
exactly. You would do something different. I think you do great. I mean, you did so amazing with this interview. I'm like, wow, I'm impressed. I've never had anyone made a sticky board with me before or sketch me. So I am very impressed.
Thanks.
Yeah.
You made me welcome.
So Pink Assassin has a question. Let's see here. Um, oh, wow. That's a deep question. Oh, I'm sorry if I missed it, Pink Assassin. I miss a lot in the chat. I always catch it in the
She said
replay.
3 times, 3 X's.
I'm so sorry. I thought I answered that with that deep story. I think, oh,
That's what that
okay.
story was about.
Well, I don't know. I missed her question. I mean, I
All
think
right.
just yeah, I think just losing my ex has definitely been the greatest, like the worst heartbreak. I think the other heartbreak that I had was almost moving to Virginia in my 20s. I almost married someone, moved to Virginia. I like literally gave this. I'm not one to give up my career or my life, or I'm the type of person that like really lives life to the fullest and has done everything in my singleness. Like I've traveled over 40 states, mostly on my own. I've maximized my singleness. There's not too many things left that I can say I haven't done, because I just feel like life is short. So you got to do it with people or without people. So I'm that type of person. I made a bucket list in my 20s of all the things I wanted to do, and I accomplished them. Moved to a new city, traveling on my own, even going to a club on my own, going to a movie on my own. When I was in my 20s, that was a big thing, to even go to a movie by yourself or get dressed up on a Friday night and go out to a club where you're going to see people in a small city. I did cheat a bit. I would go to a matinee and sit with all the old people because I was too embarrassed going to a movie. Yeah.
I don't know if that's what she meant though.
Oh, yeah, yeah. Okay. So, anyways, sorry, I kind of run off with my stories. So, I would say the second biggest heartbreak was definitely thinking that this guy, and I was never really one for marriage, to be honest. Like, I was never this dreamy girl. I always put my career and things first. But in my mid 20s, I remember going to Virginia, and this guy lived in Petersburg, Virginia. I almost moved there, and he drove me to Virginia Beach, which is 2 hours away. He told my entire family he had a ring, he was going to propose to me. And I was kind of thinking that that was what was going to happen on the beach. So he basically ended up breaking up with me. So he waited until I came from Canada to Virginia. That's why I have a very sore spot with Virginia. Like it would take me a lot to go back
Mm.
there. And he drove 2 hours and broke up with me on that beach. And that was such a heartbreak because it takes me a while to like really open up, like in relationships, like build that trust and, get to that level where he's your best friend and you're really, really open. And you trust someone. So I think that was my biggest heartbreak. And then his neighbor sent me an email after we broke up saying that he got married to another girl like 4 months later. So that definitely hurt bad. That took
Why
some
would they send
that
you
took a
that
while.
email?
I guess just to let me know, hey, this is what happened. But in
Why
all
would you need
fairness,
to know?
I don't know. I'm not sure. I think he probably cheated on me, actually. I'm sure. Because, as sometimes, I'm not going to say as women, but I'm going to say as men and women, sometimes our gut or our intuition screams and says no, but we don't always listen, right? And at that time, I wasn't listening. I wasn't thinking clearly because
Mm.
I was attracted, really attracted to him. There was chemistry like off the chain when we saw each other. Like the minute the plane landed, like it was like, we really, really had like kind of fireworks between us. But again, my gut always felt off. Like I remember his neighbor, invited me to a
Your
wedding
gut? Were
store.
you regular or
Sorry?
what was wrong? Nothing.
No, my intuition. You know what I mean.
Oh,
So I
like you had
remember going to a
indigestion or
wedding
something.
store and his neighbor's like, let's just try on wedding dresses for the fun of it. I was like, I don't know if I really want to do it because I was like runaway bride, like put on my Nikes and run the other way. And but I did with her. And I remember trying on dresses and my stomach was off, right? And I remember asking for a sign, and sure enough, like I caught him online, like on different websites when websites weren't even big back then, um, you know, saying he was single and different things. So it was heartbreaking for sure. Because I imagine when 90 Day Fiance wasn't popular, like that was me. Like that was very taboo to do that back then in your mid 20s. And
Yeah.
you're spending thousands of dollars, like flying out to see each other. You're talking hours on the phone, you're sending multiple pictures to one another. Like it's like he was definitely my life. So yeah, I don't know. I mean, everything happens for a reason, I guess, but I think that would probably be my second heartbreak. Thanks for reminding me of that, Pink Assassin. Thank you. No, but that's life though. You have good relationships and you have bad ones, and hopefully you can get to the right people and the right person, and I still have hope for that. So
All right. Really quick, I have a few extra questions.
mhm.
Um, I love everybody, Retta. So I have a few extra questions. Um, but I need to light the answer. Like
Mhm.
we're gonna tighten it up, right? Um, so and it sounds like this is a long form question, but I really want you to just give it a quick one, right? What is Twitch to you?
What is Twitch to me? I think Twitch has helped. I think Twitch is a major, huge community, right? I think it is something that brings a lot of laughter, just a lot of laughter, a great community, and, just connecting with so many different people you wouldn't necessarily have ever connected with across the world, regardless of, background, like gender, like just anything. I think it's a beautiful thing when you could bring so many people together that are so different. And even the fundraisers we've done, for one mission, I think that's awesome that people could set aside, well, maybe I don't really agree with what she believes in or what she's into or whatever, but we can do this together and do something for a main purpose and support one another. And I've met great people. Like there's so many great people in this chat room, I could list off, right? So
All right, I'm gonna take that. Um, and to describe you, right? If you wanted someone to understand you and the music that you relate to most, three songs.
oh gosh, three
That's a
songs. Oh
song.
my gosh. I can't even think. Three songs. I mean, I got to pull out a 90s song, I guess. I don't know. Oh, I can't
Like
think.
who you are today, or that what's the three songs you relate to today? Let's make it simple.
Oh boy. It depends what mood I'm in. I don't know. I
No,
mean, I guess I could just
I don't
give
know
you
about that.
artists. Like, oh, there's
No,
just
you
too
can't give me
many.
artists. No, I don't care. Three songs. We don't know if your short changes with the songs, if you gave it a lot of thought. There's no judgments. You just want three songs.
Okay, I'll say something by Whitney Houston. Um,
I don't know that song, something. I want to know a song.
okay,
That's
I'm
what I'm
Every
saying.
Woman. There you go. I am Every Woman. Whitney Houston.
Not even
That's one.
original? Wow, not even original.
Shaka Khan. It was Shaka Khan, right? But I do love Whitney. That is a tough question. I agree with you, Tall Man Brian. That's
But
a
you don't have
tough
tough
question.
question time. You just only have the time I gave you.
Okay, so yeah, I would say Whitney. Like, are you saying what song describes you or what you're just into? Like for
What you
songs,
relate to the most
what I relate to the
today,
most
Wednesday,
today?
July, whatever it is. Whatever, if you needed someone to understand who you are today,
Hmm.
those songs, three songs. You
Oh
two
man.
more songs.
Okay, two more songs. I'm trying to think. Trying to
Yeah.
think because I do have a fun side too and a weird, quirky side.
Okay.
How about I give him that dance hall song, Mistress Kush, Black Beauty? That one was bad. I'm just joking though. Um, I can't even begin to say what that song was.
Say the song. Say the song. Reddit, I'm not, that
No, I'm
wasn't a
not going to
bogus
say
answer,
that. I
by the
was just
way.
joking. Let's see.
Yeah, I have
Okay.
a few.
I'm trying to think. Oh man. Okay. I like um so I would say Whitney Houston. I'm Every Woman. Mistress Kush is looking. I'm just bugging you guys. I'm just being a dork. Okay, so I'm Every Woman. Whitney Houston. Second one, I would say more of my inspirational side, more of my serious side. I love Eric Robertson, Blessings. That song really hits me. So I would say that one. I know, I was just joking, Mistress Squish. Yeah, my Thai played that song. I was like, oh my gosh, that's got a catchy beat. So yeah, the second one.
Wait,
This
what
I'm not
has a
even going to
catchy
post your
beat?
comment. So
Wait, what has a catchy beat? I could see it
I'm
in the
not going
chat.
to say it. Yeah, you know that song.
I
My
don't know
Thai
that
played
song,
it
man.
yesterday, and now it's in my head.
I
It's in my
wasn't
head
there.
today. I
Sorry,
was
my
like,
time. I wasn't there
oh,
yesterday. I don't
I'll
know.
send you the
I didn't
song
see no
privately.
floating face. What does that
I asked
mean?
if there was a radio. Oh, you don't want to know what that is. You don't want to know what that
No,
means.
I want to know. People got to
I'm
find out
sure
some
you
kind of
know
way.
what that means. You know what it means.
No, I don't understand. There's doctors
I
for
was
that.
telling my
Eye,
friend
ears,
about it.
nose.
Called her up. She's Jamaican. I was telling her about it, and she was laughing. She's like, "Oh man." Um,
Is that like head and shoulders, knees and toes?
Mistress Kush and them have gone total bad behavior out of me in the last couple days. So if they say I'm conservative, they're clearly, they have
Wait,
seen a different side
hold on a
from me.
second. Wait, those are two different songs?
No, it's worse than that, Tall Man Brian. My Neck, My Back song. DJ Mai Tai would know the song. But I'm
Wait.
joking. I'm joking about it. Like it's
No, but
not.
are they two different songs?
Yeah, they're two different songs.
They have two different songs, one for your throat,
Mistress
one for
Fish
your
says,
face.
Honeyflow's not conservative. No, I think I can be. But I do like to
But
have fun.
you're familiar with this song. That doesn't sound conservative. Sounds
Well, I can't say the song. Like, I just
Lover.
can't do it. It's just so wrong. I cannot say the song. You guys could just use your imagination and times it by 10,000, and that's what the song
Well,
is.
I
Okay?
already done said I don't like to assume. Now I don't want to assume what it means.
So I'll do Eric Robertson Blessings in the third one. I need to do something
Roberson.
fun because I'm just like I have that fun side too, you know? So I don't know. Oh, I can't think. There's just too many artists. You know, I got to do something like more hip hop, I think. Um, you know, something that relates to me. Oh, that's such a good question. Can I come back to that last song? I have to think about it.
Yeah, but we gotta. I got a hard stop at 7:30.
Oh, okay, no problem. Have you gotten through all your questions? Because I know I've talked a lot.
Um,
Hey,
you
Dr.
talked a lot.
Davy Priest, good to see you.
Um, yeah, to the ones that I prepared. Yeah, I mean because some of it's just gonna go with the flow, but I wanted to get the people in there, and they I don't know if they really. I don't think they want to go in on you. Like they gave up
I know
so
you
much.
guys aren't going in on me. You guys could go in on
Right.
me. I'm
This
fine with
is your.
that.
This is
This
your
is your chance to go
your
in on me.
chance.
This is your
This is
only
your.
chance.
This is your
Come
one
on, Mistress
shining
Kush
moment.
Black Beauty. I know
Right.
you guys had bad behavior the last couple days. Oh, Mistress Kush says, I missed that question above. What is your love language? Mine is words of affirmation and quality time. That's huge. That's probably why I
Mm.
drive people crazy in chat rooms with my chattiness. And bless Dr. Deity Priest's heart. Like anytime I'm in there, sometimes I'll blow up her chat room and she just rolls with it. And I'm like, yeah, I probably need to pull back, you know,
I've I have a
chatting
question.
so much. Hmm.
I have a question. All right, for you. Do you are you really a fan of the bouquets? Because that thing's been going on for a long time, and you've never gotten a bouquet of flowers from me. No roses ever. But
Yeah, I
it's
never
become a
got
thing.
anything from you.
You never got roses. I'd say nice for stuff, but I never gave you roses.
Yeah, why is it that you've never done that? I am a fan of I do like flowers. I really love like pink. You'll see a few TikToks on Instagram of me. You know, I went on one date. He's now married too. It seems like any guy I date, it's like within 2 months later, they're married to someone. It's so bizarre to me. So I
Wow.
remember he brought me flowers, but he's like, oh, I can't hug you because it's COVID time. But then I saw him on Facebook, like wrapping his arms around some other girl. But, anyways, so we went on one date, like, when COVID first started, and he brought me pink flowers, which I thought was very sweet. So I use them for all my TikToks. But I love like those like fuchsia or pink, like, roses. Yeah, like
Mhm.
I don't know. I can be I don't think I'm cheesy, but I do like flowers. And I'm just wondering why you oh, actually before I do that, I'm trying to see what men are in the room right now. Okay. I don't want to get any men in trouble. Let's see here. I'm going to do something. Um I'm just curious why you give them to every single girl on Twitch and you just totally bypass me. What's up with that?
Because everybody deserves them. That's why I give them to everybody.
But I never got one from you, and you give them to every single one. But
Well,
can you do me a favor right now, Stirsdsoul? I know you got to leave soon, but
mhm.
if you could just look at the chat, can you give those flowers? We want to give them to DJ C Sharp, and can you actually pass them? Also, let's see here. I'm just seeing who's in my room.
You want
Can
me
you
to give
also
flowers
pass
to
them?
who?
DJ C Sharp, and can you also give that to Mystic Mountain Show and Tall Man Brian too? Oh, and don't forget Stub Rock. I just met him too. Can you give that to them? Can you please give
No,
these? Why not?
you already gave it to. Put the name in there. I'm not logged in.
Oh no, I didn't.
I
Okay,
can see
guys,
comments, but I'm not logged in.
you guys don't understand why I'm doing this, but this is what Stirs the Soul does to me. Okay. So I remember doing my talk show on a Wednesday night, and I'm just asking, like, some of these women, questions. And then Stirs in the chat room, he's like, "Oh, Honeyflow, do you mind passing these flowers to this girl or to that one, to my guest?" But it threw me off because I'm trying to ask her questions. So then she's all giggling. She's like, "Oh, Stirs, like you're so sweet. Thank you so much. You're so cute." And that's so, but I knew what he was doing, guys. You guys didn't know what he was doing. I think he was doing that to irritate me, which I don't get irritated
Mm.
often. But I was like, this is my show. And he's telling me
Who
to
who who
stop
was
my
that?
show to send, I
Who
think it was,
was
I don't mind. It doesn't matter. I don't really care. Like, it was Women on Silence, and it was funny. She was giggling. She's like, "Oh, Stirs, hee hee hee." And she's like this on the show, "Oh, Stirs, you're so sweet." But she
what
didn't,
was
like,
who?
I know you were giving them to be sweet, but I know you were bugging me because you never give me flowers. But you told me to stop my show, not stop it, but you're just like, "Oh, Honeyflow, do you mind passing these to your guest?" I was like, "Give me a break,
You're right
buddy.
next to
Come
the
on."
guest. You're right next to the guest. So
So
figured it
that's
was
why I'm
easy.
doing it back to him. Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
isn't it
Tallman
weird?
Brian has a good question. If you guys have any questions, definitely post them in the chat. So, Tallman Brian says, on a first date, do you go 50-50 or expect a guy to pay? Honestly, Tallman Brian, I'll be straight up about this. I kind of like just how men use dates as an indicator whether it's going to go further. I feel like the first date sets precedents. So for me, I totally believe in like chivalry isn't dead. So if you're, I don't really go on to restaurants on first dates. I try to always think, about this guy's pocket. If I go to a restaurant, I'm ordering like the smallest thing on the menu, but normally I just go to coffee shops to keep it simple. And if he's not willing to pay for a coffee, then to me that's a huge turnoff. Like, that's a huge red flag. I just think that he's not really chivalrous. So to me, it turns me off. um yeah, so I mean, I have definitely done 50-50, or I've had guys order more and want the bill split, which I don't like either. I think it's kind of rude. Or I've had guys like show up at coffee shops and not order anything, but they asked you out for coffee. They don't even order a water for themselves. They're like, "No, I'm not hungry and thirsty." Well, then why are we here? It's a coffee shop. Or if you order a drink at Starbucks, they're like, "What did you order? A caramel macchiato?" Like you just deepen their pockets by $50. Like, it's a small, extra small caramel macchiato. That's like $3.99. So for me, I think the first date should set a precedence. Like, if he's going to be chivalrous or not. And I really don't like how I feel like it's very disrespectful. I mean, maybe, I don't know if it, what do you think, Tall Man Brian, from a guy's view? Do you think like that's a high expectation? What do you think? I don't know. You know, I'm just curious. What do you guys think about that? I know some girls are cool with going 50-50. Um, the wedding I just did, the guy actually showed up at a Tim Hortons parking lot with his own coffee and poured it for her. And they're now married. And they married. I did an estate wedding in a mansion. Like, it's actually on Twitch. It was in. They had fireworks outside. They're a beautiful couple. So maybe that could be a write off too much. If you're writing off someone too quickly. I don't know. But I just think if someone asks you out, they should at least like maybe just pay for a coffee. It's not that much. I don't know. Um, oh yeah, Jen says make sure you ask her some steamy questions. Back to work.
Mm.
I'm just looking here. Is there any other questions you guys have?
Yeah,
Oh,
she's looking
Miss
at.
Tiffstar said he might be thinking about your hot pocket too. How you doing, Miss Tiffstar?
She came in firing. I saw that when she came in. It's a good one, Miss
Rita
Tipstar.
Divine says, "Why are you planning the first date, or am I wrong?" Oh, like you mean me planning the first date? I don't know. Dr. Dady Priest says, I think coffee shops are safe and can also be distracting. Yeah, I'd rather do an activity with a person. Like if I do activities, it's they say you bond more through an activity, and I don't mind paying 50-50 doing an activity like a Raptors game or like, doing some type
I have a,
of
I have a
golf.
quick, I have a quick thing,
Hmm.
right? While we're talking about this, but I don't have much time left. Um, to me, you go on a first date to find things out, right?
Hmm.
Because you literally know the least about the person, right? That's why you
Hmm.
go out with them. I don't necessarily believe. I don't think people uh, are customs or social mores, or people aren't traditions. People are people. So when you say chivalry to me doesn't mean anything on a personal level. But if the person wants to do that, he should do it because he wants to do it. Because if he does it because it's chivalrous and you expect him to do it, it means virtually nothing. It's your expectation, right? And then he's
Hmm.
setting a false expectation because he probably doesn't intend to keep doing that. Chivalry isn't something that people take on forever. I feel like it's it's something they do. Even if they do it forever, they don't do it because they want to do it. So I don't think you should look for chivalry per se. You should want the person to do it because they want to do it.
I just don't
Going
consider it a date. I feel like if you're going to treat me like a homeboy, then like a homegirl, then I'm going to treat you like a homeboy too. That's how I feel. I feel like there's nothing special. You know what I mean? Like if someone's just like,
I
"Hey,
get what you're saying,
get your own
but I don't
thing,
feel
go do
like the
your own thing, then why are you
box.
with me?" And I
I hear what
also
you're
heard,
saying,
yeah.
but I don't feel like the box is
Hmm.
the contents. So if you have a great time, but but you went Dutch, which way do you weigh the date? Do you say, wow, it was a great date, but we went Dutch? Or do you say it was a great date and it has potential?
I don't know. I don't think I'm there yet with someone going Dutch at least just the first date. When I'm in a relationship, I mean, I've bought in my exes like things as well. They've treated me, I've treated them. It goes both ways, kind of thing, right? But I think the first date sets precedence. To me, it feels disrespectful if a guy
But
asks you out
this
for
is why I say
coffee, he's not even
this is why I
paying
say
for it.
that because
Hmm.
if we know the rules and everyone knows the rules, we do it because those are the rules. We don't do it because that's what we want to do.
Yeah, I hear what you're
So
saying.
after
I
the
hear what you're
fact, when we find out that the person is X when they presented Y initially, and when they say we feel like the person misrepresented themselves,
saying.
they misrepresented because people don't want to see X. They want the person to show up like Y.
But my guy friends have told me if they see a woman and they're not attracted to her, they're not paying for her. But if they feel
But
like they can kind
why
of
are
get
they
something
going?
from her,
But why are
or
they
they,
going out with the person if they're not attracted to the person?
well, maybe they met the person online, right? And then they didn't, and then the person looks a bit different, like in person. So I've heard my coworkers and my guy friends say that they're just like, we will not pay. And I said, that's a bit jerky though. So you're going to base it based on how she looks. And if she doesn't go up to your standards, you're going to decide not to pay for her. Or if you're not taking her home at the end of the night, after you buy her a steak dinner, then you're not gonna like go out with her again. Like I've talked to guys, friends that do this, and I feel like
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
so
I don't know
rude.
about that.
Yeah,
No, I don't know about
I've
that.
definitely seen that. Hey, outlaw, Mistress Kush asks, "Do people want to know if you've ever watched 50 Shades of Grey?" Oh man, Facebook, YouTube, close your ears. The problem with me is I get a little curious. I get a little curious. So I'm like, what is all the hype? Like the movie theater is crazy packed. So I have to admit, I did watch the movie, not in the theater, because you wouldn't catch me sneaking in there. But I was like, it's like being in some rooms on Twitch. Sometimes they get you curious. Like I ended up in GQ's room and they were doing some crazy things up in there on a Monday. I was like, wow, I need to run out of this room. And then Sadek's room happened. I was like, wow, it's pretty interesting, and you try to be low-key lurker, but you're just like, what is going on here? So yes, I did watch the movie, but I don't think it was like as everyone says, oh, it's spicy and this and that. I don't know. Yeah,
Wait,
it's okay, I
I,
guess.
I just noticed this runner the whole time that's been there, and I never really read it. Okay, she has no idea what he would be asking her, but she may flip the script back on him. We didn't agree
What?
to that.
What are
You
we
know what I'm
talking
talking about? The runner on the bottom.
Oh, yeah, I was just joking. I mean, this interview went entirely different. I thought it would be like
No,
it
because it
went
was supposed to
so
go
different
entirely
tonight.
different. You
Yeah.
never told
So
me that.
I was joking around. I was gonna try to do something, flip the script back on you, but
Uh-huh.
I felt like
Yeah.
we were more in a serious like Q&A, so I couldn't really flip
Yeah.
anything back to you. I
Uh-huh.
couldn't flip the things I had planned, but maybe
Okay.
another time. Yeah.
Okay. Mm.
So I'm reading
Right.
some
That
of these
should be
comments.
established in the planning of the date. Right.
I'm just trying to see some of these questions here. Outlaw says, I'm old school, I will pay. Right on, yeah, Outlaw. I respect that as well. Oh gosh. And then he goes, even if she's ugly. Oh, jeez. Wow, Outlaw. So, but
Mm.
I do respect that. Thanks for being honest there. Do you guys have any other questions? Just trying to see, scroll. Do you see any in the chat? I could have missed. Um, oh, Pink Assassin, interesting. She says women can do the same. We aren't always attracted either. I know we're not always attracted. I agree, but I don't think that would stop me if I were a man. I don't think I would be like, well, based on whether she's pretty or ugly, I'm going to decide whether I want to pay for her or not. Like, so then I start, after I heard my guy friends say that, if I'm out on a date, like that's at the back of my mind. Like, shoot, I guess he wasn't feeling me. Like, because A, he didn't really like pay, and B, I didn't really get like too much of a call back, right? It's crazy out there, guys. The world of online. Oh my gosh. Um, no, I definitely would not say that, Black Beauty. But every woman has two sides, so I don't
She's only
know.
25 shades.
To be
25
continued.
shades
You
of
never
gray.
know. I mean, that's up to me and the person I'm with, I guess. Like, that's all I could say about that one. Um, oh gosh. Jen Jen says soul plane life, you know. Let's see here. Try to see if there's any other comments. Uh I didn't think the movie was that great. I don't know. I didn't understand the whole hype with that movie. I thought some things were a little bit weird. I thought it would be a little bit more spicier, but whatever. It is what it is. Um, let's see here. Trying to see if there's any more comments. Outlaw says, flip it to John Witherspoon and Boomerang. I gotta watch Boomerang too. So I know where. I think you said you have to leave at 7:30, right? As well. I don't
Yeah,
want to
yeah,
keep
I have a
you.
hard
Oh,
hard stop.
okay.
Anybody have
Oh,
anything pressing pressing questions or issues really quick? Throw them in the chat. If I ever hold your peace, for real, throw it up there. Get it in. Understand people, she might not be this open any other time.
yeah, exactly. I gotta stay away from those books. I told you guys, I gotta stay away from men's cologne right now. Thank God cologne is not popular in 2022. I'm happy about that. And curl kits, the S curl kits have left Walmart, which I was very sad about. But I am glad that, they're not present because I will pass out if I see that in aisle two. Like I can't handle cologne right now. Slow jams is like I have to halt that after Mistress Kush and the shenanigans with Black Beauty the last couple days. Got to speed the BPMs up to like 120 now. So reading those books, no, I don't think I could do. Okay, Pink Assassin, you said you got to check your IG. I can't listen to your messages right now, though. You're gonna have to type what you want to say, Pink Assassin, because I can't, like, you know, I can't play your messages right now as well. Oh, wow, there are 3 movies and books. Wow, I didn't know that. Have you ever seen that movie or no?
For me,
Stirs? Yeah.
um, I saw enough of it to know I didn't want to see the rest. I think I fell asleep in that movie in the theater. To be
Twitches
honest,
our radio says your married DJ names that you crush on. No, I can't do it. There are moments and elements I've had crushes for sure, but I don't think it would be safe to say their names because every single person in this room knows who they are. And I think some would be shocked. And they're very, very married with kids. So no, I can't. Gotta respect their marriages and their their family. Safe place, forget that. Twitch is not a safe place, Outlaw. Okay, Outlaw, you got me. I mean, look at this hair, guys. Look at his hair, Outlaw. So there you go. I mean, I could talk about mod crushes, Outlaw. I already described another crush to Stirs, but he still didn't get who it was. So he's going to have to
not.
catch the replay and figure it
Yeah, I
out.
put it on the board. I put it on the board. I'm gonna figure it out. I gotta crunch the
I,
numbers
I can't believe you haven't figured it out yet. That to me is hilarious. But
it takes time. I'm
I
not a
mean,
I'm
what are you
not an
going to
assumer.
do? Like, I mean, so yeah, you got to stay away from that cut in aisle 2, you know.
Mm.
I'm just joking. I'm just messing with Outlaw. But I mean, he does have a great cut, though. I really do. I like his hair. He's got great hair.
You can keep the shenanigans going. I just have to run, but
Yeah, you got to
you can
go. So
keep
I
it
want to
going
thank you. No, I'm going to get going too as well because I can't be by myself just
because
talking to the
you
chat.
don't want to take the heat. Right, exactly.
Yeah, no, it feels weird. I just being by yourself, I start stuttering. Like I'm just not as cool. Like I'm much better with someone, but then I get really awkward. I'm still not there yet. Like Pink Assassin, she could
You
sit in front of
literally
the
do
camera and talk to
streams.
people.
You literally do streams by yourself all the
No,
time.
but I do with equipment and playing music. It's different. It's different when
So
you're by
whistle or
yourself.
something. Whistle.
And then if the chat doesn't really interact with you or ask you anything, then you're just trying to ramble to think of how do I fill in this space?
They're being real polite. I really
Yeah,
thought
they're
they
being
would be a
so
little bit
polite. I'm so
yeah,
surprised.
really.
You guys can still ask anything you want. Like, I'm fine with that. You guys have been
What did
so like
what
best
did DJ
behavior
Jen
today.
say?
What's going on?
What did DJ Jen say?
Let's see. Jen said, where is she? I will be okay, that's perfect, Jen. She will get the spice out of me. She said, I will be co-host for interview part 2. We got to get some answers. Not, oh yeah, you're right. I
Let's
do
do
tell
that. I
stories.
like that.
Yeah.
I like that.
Okay.
Let's do that, Jen Jen.
Well, where do you want to raid interview or where do you want to raid into? I guess I'm going to leave it
I
up to
don't
you.
know who's spinning. I'm not
Oh, you can't see it there? Let's
n-
see.
no,
Okay.
remember I'm in here. I'm not in 1 second.
Oh, yeah, you're not on Twitch, right?
I'm not
Like,
on
yeah.
Twitch. Nah.
Okay, I'm just trying to see who's online right now we could raid into. I want to thank you guys for sticking around. It's been fun. It's gone a different direction for sure, but you did an amazing job. So I want to thank you
All
for
right.
like all your questions and I thought
Thanks,
it
thanks.
is very sweet. And the sketch you did with me, that was really nice.
Thanks,
And
thanks, thanks.
yeah, definitely you are a natural at interviewing too.
I didn't want to scare
So,
you off, so there could be a part 2. So
mhm.
we had to lay some ground. If we came full blast, it would have been no part 2 at all.
Yeah, it's definitely gone a different way than I expected, that's for sure, but you did an
Right.
amazing job. So let's see who we could raid
Honey,
into,
not
yeah?
vinegar. Honey, not vinegar. That's the point. Right?
Yeah,
Okay.
that's true. And I've never had anyone make a message board and try to connect every piece together. That was really cool. So,
Nice.
and find time to sketch. Wow, that's incredible. So make sure you take a picture if you can and of that and send
Yeah.
that to me. I'd love to keep it or see it. Um,
Hmm.
okay, guys, I'm just looking here right now, seeing who's online, who we could raid into as well.
Oh, and folks, please look out next year for next year's version. We just had our Camp Low in Theory. If you guys have questions or anything, wonder how it went, pictures will be going up if they're not already up on our Instagram. But yeah, it's not what you think. We're not roughing it. It's not Grizzly Adams. It's not that. Yeah, but it's fun.
Not Grizzly Adams. That's hilarious.
I'm saying people think it's super rough and nah, it's catered. It can't be that bad if it's catered. But you are in a tent, or we had buildings this year. So, but the fellowship is it's undefeated. You really can't.
Yeah,
You
you
can't get
probably
behind it.
connected with so many people, right?
Every time. This is year two. We're out
That's
there.
awesome.
Yeah, and it gets bigger, it gets better. So,
Awesome. I'm trying to look right now, actually, who we could raid into. I'm just looking. Yeah, I'm multitasking, guys. I'm trying to look on Twitch, and I know Pink Assassin says, I'm not sure what you mean, Pink Assassin. Are you jumping on, Pink Assassin? If you're jumping on, we could raid you.
yeah, let her jump on and we get on in there.
Um, I'm
Where's
asking,
she at?
why don't you say it in the chat? Because I'm not sure what you mean, Pink Assassin. Me too. Okay, I'm just looking because she's sending me messages. Let's see here. We'll just wait for what she has to say. Yeah, because I can't actually listen to your messages, Pink Assassin. Is she still in the room? I'm not sure. Doesn't she have a show after this or at this time? Do you know? Or no? I can't see. And unfortunately, I can't listen to her messages because I have my headphones on StreamYards. Hmm. So I'm not sure what she's asking me. Let's see here. Yeah, I don't know. Okay. I'm not sure if I see. Did she leave a message or no? I don't think she did. Yeah, I'm sorry, guys. I can't get to it. So if she doesn't leave a message, there's nothing I can really do. All right, we're going to move on and find someone else to raid into. I wonder if DJ Mo1 is on. I don't think he's on either. He'd be someone I'd want to raid into as well. Okay. Wow, there's so many people on tonight. It's crazy. Okay, I'm going to just raid into, I think, DJ Bo 514. He's a Canadian DJ from Montreal. He's also raided into me and supported me a few times. He's a really good DJ too. I haven't connected with him in a long time. I think he was actually on one of my raid trains, like when I first started Twitch. It's been a while. So let's raid into him because I can't seem to find Pink Assassin's message, and she keeps
Okay.
trying to message me. Thank you again so much for this
Um,
interview. I really appreciate it, and definitely, keep in touch. We will connect. Do you want to just do you have time to give a few shout outs in the room while I set up the raid?
no, actually, I gotta
No.
run.
Okay,
Yeah,
no problem. Okay,
yeah, sorry.
so
Right.
I'm going to
But
set up the
everybody
raid,
knows.
you guys.
Everybody knows.
Yeah, exactly. I can't multitask right now. Sorry, Pink Assassin.
All
I'll have to
right.
raid another time. So thank you again, for coming through doing this. It was so much fun. We're going to have a part two for sure.
All right, let me
yeah,
know.
thanks for all the effort putting everything into it. Appreciate you so
Okay.
much.
All
All
right.
right. Take
All right,
care,
everybody.
Stirs. Everyone say
Everybody was
bye
on
to
their best
him.
behavior.
I know. It felt a little weird tonight.
Yeah, I
Everyone
know,
on their
right?
too much of their best behavior. I thought there'd be crazy shenanigans between us. I was going to do a few things too, but it didn't work out. It worked
Didn't
out better
happen.
tonight.
Yeah.
Exactly.
All right.
All right.
Okay,
Take
y'all.
care,
I'm out.
Stirs. We'll talk
Xing
soon.
out.
Yeah.
All
Okay.
right, bye.
All right, guys. Now I am left alone in my uncomfortable zone. I wish I could find out what Pink Assassin is saying to me. She's left me a few voice messages, but obviously I can't check them when I'm live right now. And I have my phone here and another laptop here. So we are going to raid into DJ Bo 514. I know she's trying to lead me to someone, but I can't see it, unfortunately. Oh, she was saying check them later. I don't know. She's sending me messages on IG. I'm missing it. So thanks for joining us, you guys. It was a lot of fun today. You guys were on your best behavior, which was a little weird for me. I wasn't expecting that today. I thought it would be crazy in this chat room, but Stirs did such an amazing job. I think that's awesome. The sketch he did, all the questions, piecing things together. I tend to ramble as well, as you guys probably know by now. So let's set up this raid right now and go to DJ. Oh, sheesh. Looks like this just, basically blocked me or kicked me out as a host and then brought me back in again. What is going on here? All right, so let's raid into DJ Bo 514. We're going to raid into him right now. Thank you guys again for coming to the Honeyflow show, sticking around as well. Stirsdsoul is an amazing interviewer. He did a really great job. That was, I think, his first time interviewing. So props to him. He's always supported all of us as well. And we truly appreciate him too. And maybe he'll piece together what I was bugging him or saying. It was so funny too, you know, like him not getting what I was saying. I said, the man chomping on apples or carrots, and he was just chomping on them like he had no hot clue. It was hilarious. That part was funny to me. So, anyways, let's raid now. Let's see. I think this raid is working, and I'll see you guys on the other side. Thanks for joining the Honeyflow show tonight. And I will see you guys soon. It looks like it is just raiding. Okay, perfect. Just raided. Okay, have a great night, you guys, and we will talk soon in these Twitch streets too. Take care.